Hey folks, Cam Rogers coming at you live in Frisco, Texas, alongside Harris Rubenstein. It is the Red River Celebrity Softball Game. The Oklahoma Legends taking on the Texas Legends. We thank you for tuning into this program. We have all of the action for you guys tonight. Harris, a lot of energy in the stadium tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Obviously, last year we had a great game, 18-18, ended in a tie, but Texas had a huge comeback down 10 runs. We're able to come back and tie the game, though, Cam. Today is all about the foundations, the Roger Clemens Foundation, the Toby Keith Foundation. Glad to have them along with us today.
And we're glad to have you along as well. Harris, you want to talk about a rivalry? Texas, Oklahoma, all the way back to the early 1900s, my man.
It actually predates Oklahoma's entire existence as a state, which is just flabbergasting. This rivalry is so deeply embedded in the hearts and minds of the American people that we're just blessed to even be a part of a softball game like this.
OU established in 1890, Texas in 1883. In fact, the first slate of games at a time for Oklahoma, the school is called the Norman Territorial University. So you want to talk about history? These two schools have it.
Oh, absolutely, and we've seen these two teams over and over and over again have some incredible matchups throughout the year. So I'm excited to see what we get into the softball game tonight. I'm excited to see what we get with the game this Saturday.
Bob Stoops is in action. Mack Brown as well. Roger Clemens. Matthew McConaughey. All right, baby. Some big headliners tonight. Who are you most excited for?
Oh, I'm excited to see what Matthew McConaughey is going to do. Got a big movie coming out in a couple of months. And look, this entire Texas team is looking to really gain a hold of this game. But the Oklahoma team, a lot of big-time players on this, including one of the better American softball players that we have in the game today, Nathan Fogle.
All right, Harris, let's talk about the game on Saturday as well. Of course, it's an 11 a.m. Central Time game, Oklahoma and Texas. Both these schools are ranked. Both these schools have college football playoff aspirations. What do you think about the matchup, Kyler Murray and Sam Ehlinger?
It all comes down to Kyler Murray. He's been fantastic to start the year. We know he has that Oakland A's $5 million contract in his back pocket, like Bob Stoops talked about in our pregame press conference. But this Oklahoma offense has not skipped a beat with Baker Mayfield going to the draft and Kyler Murray coming in. Was bad with them losing their starting running back to start the year.
Rodney Anderson.
But so far, this Oklahoma offense has not skipped a beat. The Texas defense, though, they've looked fantastic the last couple of games. We mentioned during a couple of our college football daily shows that we really thought that, this Texas defense was going to be improved big time this year due to a lot of the youth coming in, and boy, have they ever. Caden Stearns, one of the better players in that Texas secondary. He's had a great start to the year.
Live here on Chat Sports tonight, Cam Rogers alongside Harris Rubenstein. We're going to send it down for the national anthem tonight.
Major League games and 2 for a victorious Florida Marlins team in the 2003 World Series, Brad Penny. A big presence on the Sooner offensive line in the mid-2000s, he also played arena football professionally, Brett Rail. This speedy wideout played 4 years for the Sooners and was later the Arena Football League's wide receiver of the year, Adron Tennell. He earned the Sporting News Player of the Year award as well as the Heisman Trophy and was a 2-time Davey O'Brien Award winner at OU, Jason White. This Sooner All-American also earned 5 straight Pro Bowl berths as a safety for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see if he hits softballs as hard as running backs, Roy Williams. After a stellar career pitching at OU, he became a first-round pick of the Rangers, helping them to their first playoff berth in 1996. He also won a World Series with the Diamondbacks in 2001, Bobby Witt. After contributing to the 2000 National Champions as a freshman, this running back played 4 years as a Sooner and earned all academic honors in the Big 12, Ronaldo Works. He became the only man to ever lead the NCAA in points and assists, and he became an All-American for the Sooners as a freshman. He'll join the NBA's Atlanta Hawks this year, Trae Young. All-academic, all-Big 12 fullback. He played on back-to-back conference championship teams at OU, Dane Zaslaw. And now, the Oklahoma captain. He's a member of the Songwriters Hall of Fame and a former Billboard Country Artist of the Decade, and he's also the biggest Sooner supporter there is, Toby Keith. He led the Sooners to an NCAA regional appearance in his first season as head baseball coach, after also spending a successful decade as a coach for the Texas Longhorns, Skip Johnson. And the winningest head coach in football OU history, he won a national title with the Sooners in 2000, Bob Stoops. And finally, the master of the wishbone offense is one of only 3 head coaches to win both the college football national championship and a Super Bowl, an Oklahoma legend, Barry Switzer. There they are, fans, your Oklahoma team. And now the players for Roger Clemens' Texas team. An adept blocker and excellent receiver, this fullback helped the Longhorns to 3 bowl berths during his time in Austin, Ricky Brown. In addition to catching more than 200 passes at UT, he saw action for 3 NFL teams and played pro baseball in the Angels system, Quan Cosby. An outstanding tight end for the Longhorns, he enjoyed a productive NFL career with the Packers, including winning a Super Bowl in Arlington, Jermichael Finley. He's a chief of police who also served in the U.S. Army, including as a tomb guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. He's also a professional softball player, Mario Foster. He set a Texas State high school record for touchdowns and helping the Aledo Bearcats to 3 state titles, then averaged almost 5 yards a carry in 4 years with the Longhorns, Jonathan Gray. A 3-year starter on the offensive line, he helped the Longhorns to a Cotton Bowl win, Jay Humphrey. He ranks in the top 10 all-time in many Longhorn receiving categories and spent time professionally with the Denver Broncos, B.J. Johnson. At Texas, he became the only player to win the Dick Howser Award for the country's top collegiate player twice, then went on to play the outfield and pitch in the major leagues, Brooks Kitchnick. A longtime athlete and proud University of Texas alum, he's also won Oscars and Golden Globes in his day job, Matthew McConaughey. This big tight end played 3 seasons for the Longhorns, going to a bowl game every year, MJ McFarland. He was twice All-Southwest Conference at Texas, then went on to become an MLB All-Star and start 5 opening days for the Astros, Shane Reynolds. This offensive lineman earned All-America honors while helping the Horns to a BCS National Championship. He then played 7 seasons in the NFL, Jonathan Scott. He was a 3-time All-American at Texas, then enjoyed a productive major league career, including time as an outfielder with the Texas Rangers, Drew Stubbs. An O-line stalwart on Texas' most recent national championship team, he played in the pros with the Houston Texans, Casey Stutter. He was named the 1985 Baseball America National Player of the Year as part of a stellar career with the Longhorns, then pitched 17 years in the big leagues and won a World Series in 2001 with Arizona, Greg Swindell. A 4-year starter for the Longhorns, he became a Pro Bowler during an NFL career that included stints in New Orleans and San Francisco, Winfred Tubbs. A successful businessman and philanthropist and mentor to Roger Clemens, the special bench coach today, Jim West. After 3 all Big 12 seasons with the Longhorns, this Pro Bowl receiver caught nearly 400 NFL passes with the Lions, Cowboys, and Bears, Roy Williams. He won the 1998 Heisman Trophy for UT, then become an all-pro running back in the NFL, while also playing minor league baseball, Ricky Williams. At UT, this quarterback won the Davy Bryan Award and led the Horns to the BCS National Championship. He earned a pair of Pro Bowl berths as a professional, Vince Young. And now, the Texas captain. This All-American won the College World Series at UT, then won a pair of World Series, 7 Cy Young Awards, and was an 11-time Major League All-Star, Roger Clemens. And finally, the Big 12 twice named him its Coach of the Year. He won 10 bowl games and a BCS National Championship in Austin, and was recently elected to the College Football Hall of Fame, Mack Brown. There you are, fans, your Texas team. At this time, fans, we would ask you to please stand and kindly remove your caps. Our anthem singer tonight is a country music singer-songwriter and a University of Oklahoma graduate. She dropped her debut album in 2013, and she just returned with a 5-song EP, Boulder, this summer. She also happens to be the daughter of Toby and Trisha Keith. To sing the Star-Spangled Banner, here is Crystal Keith.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang like the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ready to rock here for the Red River Celebrity Softball game. Cam Rogers coming at you alongside Harris Rubenstein for the coverage tonight. Hook 'em and Boomer Sooner, Harris. It's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely. Look, the stadium's buzzing. We kind of came here, we were like, oh, I wonder what the reaction for the fans is going to be like. Look, the people here are going crazy. This crowd is ready to explode. I can't wait to see Clemens rolling out there. Toby Keith is going to be great. Daughter of Crystal Keith was a great rendition of our national anthem.
Very excited to watch Roger Clemens.
yeah.
He is leading the Texas Legends tonight, Harris. We saw him down at the press conference. He's a big fella. He can crank it.
He's a big man. And look, I understand maybe a little controversy around him, but he's still one of my favorite baseball players of all time. Maybe the best pitcher to have ever graced a mound. 7-time Cy Young Award leader. My favorite stat about him, the dude led the MLB in ERA at 42 years old.
Unreal.
At 42 years old. That is absolutely unbelievable.
They say Father Time is
178.
undefeated.
Oh, absolutely. But in this case with Roger Clemens,
Yeah.
his entire baseball career, one of the best pitchers that we will ever see.
Mack Brown, one of the legends in the college football world, Harris. Of course, he's on the Texas Legends team here, of course, won the 2005 BCS National Championship game, Vince Young and all that good stuff. What do you make of Mack Brown and his history in Texas?
Well, so many great games with Bob Stoops, and Oklahoma. This Texas football team was really, turned around by Mack Brown. He really helped them lead into the new era. Now, it has been a little bit rough since he's left, but Tom Herman has done a good job of trying to restabilize things. But ever since Mack Brown has left, you got to wonder if this Texas Longhorn team is ever going to quite reach that peak that they were once at.
You mentioned Bob Stoops,
Oh, yeah.
and what a history he has, winning as head coach in OU history from 1999 to 2016, 190 career wins to his credit. We saw him at the press conference as well. He looks sharp. He should get back out there and coach again, Harris.
I don't know. He looks quite happy to be retired as of right now, but obviously the surprise retirement, 2 seasons ago, Lincoln Riley takes over at Oklahoma. Bob Stoops' resume really can't be argued. 10 Big 12 championships, one of the best coaches that the conference has ever seen or will see. Nice to also see Mark Stoops, his relative, owning at Kentucky this year.
Yes.
Coming in number 7 on the Chat Sports College Football Playoff Power Rank.
Yeah, we saw Barry Switzer down below as well. 3
Yep.
national titles to his credit. He will forever live in Oklahoma football lore. And seeing him and Bob Stoops right next to each other is something special.
It was, and I love the joke that he made about Kyler Murray, saying that I don't know if Kyler Murray would want to run the wishbone offense anymore, but obviously Barry Switzer, one of the great, just revolutionaries of football with that offense. Obviously also going to the NFL, being one of the only 3 coaches to win a national championship and a Super Bowl.
We're here at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Harris, this is a minor league affiliate ballpark, so it's a full-on field. I wonder if any of these athletes out here can crank one out for a home run.
My over-under tonight on home runs is at 1.5. I'm actually going to take the over. We had an exhibition softball game before this. These dudes were hitting dingers, and we got a lot of big dudes out there tonight, a lot of former football players and, of course, former baseball players as well. I think we're going to see some dingers tonight, Cam. I'm excited.
Should we promise the audience right now we won't make any all right references?
Only if he does. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to see if he can.
Matthew McConaughey, of course, folks, for you young kids out there.
Yes, he will. He is playing tonight. He will be a part of a mid-game interview at some point tonight. Look, this is a great event for everyone involved. Toby Keith Foundation, obviously the Roger Clemens Foundation as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic to see what we get tonight.
All right, Harris, we're ready to rock. Let's send it back downstairs.
Please welcome Ryan as he brings the softballs to the stadium via base jump.
Here, Cam Rogers alongside Harris Rubenstein, the Red River Celebrities softball game. A little parachute action to kick things off.
I love the Mission Impossible music that we had with him flying, and little Incredibles feel to it also. This place is buzzing, Cam. This nice little electricity that we got going on tonight in the stadium. Great to see so many people come out for such a great event, raising so much money. We had a great story at the press conference today that Toby Keith Foundation saved the family $24,000
Unbelievable.
in chemotherapy payments. Just incredible to hear that foundation actually being successful, and also great to see an event like tonight raising money.
So some names you're going to hear tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we mentioned some of them. Bob Stoops, Barry Switzer, Toby Keith is here in the flesh as well. Meanwhile, on the Texas side of things, you got Mario Foster, you have Todd Allen, Matthew McConaughey, B.J. Johnson, Roy Williams. Both Roy Williams are here tonight, Harris. So we have both ends of it as well. So in terms of last year, you mentioned it at the top of the program that we had a tie ball game.
We did.
I don't want that this year.
I don't
I
either.
want a winner. And I'm sure everybody out there wants a winner as well. It is the Red River rivalry, of course.
You know what, for me, Cam, I look at this Texas team and I see a lot of really great former athletes and also some current former athletes as well. Jermichael Finley only retired a couple seasons ago, so he's probably going to be in game shape right now. I think Texas is going to take it this year. No need for any comeback this year. I think Texas takes it 21-17.
Harris Rubenstein already with the predictions
Oh, yeah.
tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we'll have more predictions later when we talk about the actual game we got coming up on Saturday night. But Cam, we got a beautiful night out here in Frisco, Texas. I'm excited for a great game.
So some interesting rules that you guys should be aware of while you're watching this game at home. Each batter has 1 ball and 1 strike. For the first 3 innings, every fielder will bat regardless of outs or runs. So we could have a shootout in the early going here, Harris. After the 3rd inning, innings will end after 3 outs or 5 runs.
That's when it gets exciting.
Yeah, that's when
it
things
starts
can get
getting tight,
wild.
people. So it's kind of like, how far can you get your swimmer extended and how much of a lead can you gain before you actually start to, kick those legs and try to get yourself to the end line.
So Toby Keith is leading the Sooners here tonight, and you got Roger Clemens leading the Longhorns. Toby Keith, one of the premier country performers out there, really, of course, came into his own in the early 90s with his #1 hit in the country Billboard 100. And, you talk about country iconic kind of performers out there. Toby Keith is inside the top 5 in my eyes.
Probably
Should have been a cowboy.
For me, it cemented it when he was able to make a song about a red Solo cup.
Yes.
And have it go double platinum. Red Solo cup with double platinum, Cam. He just sang about filling up a red Solo cup
Let's
at
have
a
a
party
party.
and getting drunk.
Exactly.
Toby Keith, one of the great men also of the country music just world. Great person, great singer as well. And also, great singer of a daughter as well. Fantastic rendition of the national anthem tonight. She just released her first album as well.
We're going to have 10 total fielders in the outfield, by the way, or in the
rover.
infield. Yes, exactly. That's usually how it goes in terms of soft pitch, slow pitch, softball, if you will. If extra innings, and we can talk about this later if we get there, but each plate appearance will only be one pitch. So stay tuned for that if we get there.
I'm a little bit disappointed though, Cam. As a former catcher myself, I'm sad that I'm not going to be able to call balls and strikes, tell you what's coming in, curveball, fastball. We're just getting slow balls tonight. It's going to be exciting to see how far these guys are going to hit it. Look, some of them are former athletes. Not all former athletes stay in great shape, but you got to think that some of them know how to hit a ball. I think we're going to see some fantastic stuff tonight.
How about the game this weekend, Harris? Oklahoma,
Oh,
Texas. Yeah. OU is the favorite by 7. Over/under is set at 60.5. The latest odds on BetDSI here, Harris.
This is going to be one of the most exciting Red River showdowns that we have had in a long, long time. I think we've had a little bit of difficulties in the past with Texas just not quite being up to par with Oklahoma. Oklahoma winning 3 of the last 4 matchups between these two teams. But this year, Cam, both are ranked, both are high-powered offenses, and both are primed to make a run this year in the Big 12. Kyler Murray, along with that Texas defense, it is going to be great to see them on the field again this week. I honestly wonder what is going to be the deciding play. Because all these games, mind you, they've been very close, at least for the past 5 years, all decided by 7 points or less.
Yeah, you take a look at 6 of the last 8. They have been won by Oklahoma here. 2017, Oklahoma beat Texas 29-24. 2016, Oklahoma beat Texas 45-40. 2015, unranked Texas beat number 10 Oklahoma 24-17. So Harris, you're talking about these last few years here. 1-possession ball games. 2014, Oklahoma, number 11 in the nation, beat Texas 31-26. These have been tight games, and I think this weekend is going to be no different between these two.
Just want to make a note, the first ever Red River rivalry matchup that we had was Texas versus Oklahoma in Austin in 1900. Texas won 28-2. Very strange. We've come a long way.
Oklahoma was Norman Territorial University at the time.
And also even better that the first time that Oklahoma actually won was Oklahoma versus Texas in 1905. Oklahoma won 2-0. Was this baseball?
There actually are a few ties in the history of these two programs as well. 1903 was a tie. 1937 was a tie as well. 1976, 84 too.
And the best year ever, 1995.
Of course, because you were born there. Yeah, it's all about you, Harris.
It always is.
Red River rivalry, and the game itself really is the Red River Showdown. It really depends on when you were born in terms of how you're going to go about this Texas versus OU matchup.
It's macro and micro.
Exactly.
Macro Red River rivalry, micro Red River Showdown.
So if you want to talk about college football playoff hopes for Texas, let's say they beat Oklahoma on Saturday. That's a resume builder, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. And I think for both sides, a win is a win. Like, I understand that maybe if Oklahoma wins, Texas drops out of the top 25, but you have to think with how good Texas has been playing this year that they'll end up back in the rankings. But for the most part, if Texas can pull off that huge win against Oklahoma, man, they might actually end up in the college football playoff after all. Texas will be officially back if they beat Oklahoma this
The
weekend.
magical question out there. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Texas is the home team, ladies and gentlemen, so Oklahoma will be batting first here tonight. And I'm expecting a lot of fireworks. I'm expecting a lot of runs. It was an 18-all tie last year, so we could be around that number this year.
Again, like I said, 21-17 for me. I'm going to give Texas the edge. Maybe it's just because I'm a little bit biased because, Roger Clemens is one of my favorite players of all time. But this Texas team, they got a lot of big dudes. They got a lot of big guys over there, a lot of former softball players. I want to also shout out the 2 military members that we have on each team as well.
Absolutely. So we're getting close to Ready to rock here from Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, Texas. Beautiful night, a little humid though, but I believe it'll get cooler throughout the evening for the folks here watching this fantastic matchup. Kids are out, ready to rock. It's a fantastic atmosphere. It's a friendly atmosphere.
I will
which
say
is good.
this, Cam. You and I have been to Texas now for this is now our second October. This is way better than it was last year. When we got down here last year in Texas, it was hot in October, but now nice and cool.
All right, buddy, ready to rock?
Let's do it.
Oklahoma, Texas, Ronaldo Works, ready at the plate. He will be leading off for the Oklahoma Legends here tonight. So as you guys know, we do start with a ball and a strike. That's how we're going to play it here throughout the game. The first 3 innings, every fielder will bat regardless of outs or runs. So keep that in mind here as we go throughout the early going of this matchup.
All right, Cam, let's talk about Ronaldo Works.
Yep.
Former Oklahoma running back, up to bat right now. Overall, he contributed to the 2000 National Championship as a freshman, played 4 years as a Sooners running back, all academic honors in the Big 12, which is always impressive. As we see a little bit of a pop fly here, is it going to drop?
And that's going to be in fair territory for Works, and Works will go all the way to second base, leadoff double there for the Sooners, Harris.
Good start.
Works has a little smile on his face. He likes that.
Look, all academic honors in the Big 12. That's what happened. That's an intelligent hit down the line there, Cam. You got to get it inside the lines, obviously. Great stuff there by Ronaldo Works.
All right, so we already got a runner in scoring position here for the Sooners of Oklahoma. And that ball is going to be in the dirt here.
Cam, I'm excited to see what this Oklahoma team is going to be able to bring to the table. Another little bloop. Is it going to get down?
That's going to fall down for a hit, and we'll see if Works will try his hopes for home plate, and he will get there. So Works scores, and it's 1-0 Oklahoma.
That was quick. 2 batters, 1 run, 2 hits. Bringing Clemens already. What is this? Let me see a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Nice play there. That was Bobby Witt of Oklahoma with the single.
Bobby Witt, former pitcher at Oklahoma, former first-round pick of the Texas Rangers, obviously the #1 baseball team down here. Well, I should say the Houston Astros for those Houston watchers out there.
All right, so it's 1-0 Oklahoma. We have a runner on first base. Nolan Fogel at the plate now, and he rips one left center. That's going to fall for a hit. Witt will go to second. So now we have runners on first and second here, and boy, fireworks early.
Yeah, Nolan Fogel is going to be a guy whose name you hear a lot tonight. Current professional softball player, went to Plato High School about 8 hours northeast of here. Plays for the Nightmare Micken team, second baseman.
All right, bat and cleanup, Harris. Guess who it is? Brad Penny.
Oh, Brad Penny.
As he watches the pitch go by.
Brad Penny, former member of just about every single Major League Baseball team you can remember. That dude pitched for everyone.
Absolutely tears one left field. Is it going to stay fair? I don't think it did. Just foul. But Harris, there is our first taste of the power in these lineups.
I'm telling you, Cam, you should have taken the over on the home runs. We got some former big leaguers out here. Brad Penny was a pitcher. That dude took some batting practice while he was still in the MLB. I'm sure he's hit a couple dingers in his day.
Brad Penny from Blackwell, Oklahoma, former pitcher from 2000 to 2014, and that was tattooed and caught on the mound. What a play there.
Oh, my goodness. We got to watch out. That guy, he hit that ball.
Greg
hard
Swindle with the reaction time.
Oh, man, saved at least 1 run, maybe 2, if that ball gets into the gap through center field. Gotta love to see that stuff. Great catch by him. That could have been a really bad scenario, Cam, if we ended up seeing him get hit so early in the game. It's got to see great to see a bunch of Oklahoma players going out there congratulating him.
Nicely done by Swindle. So, that was our first out, I guess, in theory, Harris, although everybody is going to bat in the first 3 innings here. And at the plate now is number 59 for Oklahoma, Brett Rail. And Rail is going to line that one softly into left field, and that's going to fall for a single. We're going to have bases loaded here for Oklahoma.
Yeah, nice little bloop single there. Good for Texas being able to save a run, not being able to let the guy from third end up scoring. Bases loaded here, and Cam, I'm really excited to see what Oklahoma's going to be able to do here. Already with a 1-run lead, bases loaded, still in that first inning. Cam, we're going to see Casey Bookout, 2-time All-American baseball player for Oklahoma. Let's see if he can make some work here.
Yep, pop up in the infield, and that's going to be caught at the shortstop position.
Disappointing. Casey Bookout's career 60 home runs for the Oklahoma Sooners. A 381 career hitter, not what you're looking for there with the bases loaded and 1 out. No outs, I should say, excuse me.
Quote unquote out, although everybody is going to bat.
So now we have the other Bookout brother, Kevin Bookout, who played basketball at Oklahoma while his brother played baseball. Helped lead the Sooners to 3 NCAA tournament appearances, including that Elite Eight trip in 2003.
Kevin's going to watch that one go by. So we had a double, a single, a line out.
Baby.
Things are being tattooed tonight, and that one is deep into left field, and that one's gone. Wow. See ya. Grand slam.
Oh, baby.
Kevin Bookout. Book it, baby. 4 runs.
That was a dinger, Cam. That was deep into the night here in Frisco, Texas. I told you we were going to see some bombs tonight. Break out the bomb squad. Cut that red wire. That thing exploded off the bat. What a home run. Woo! Casey Bookout. You would have expected that from his brother. Excuse me, Kevin Bookout. You would have expected that from his brother.
Oh, and
Casey.
he knew it. Look at the
he
walk.
pimped it.
You got to love it. The walk and the 4-run grand slam.
That's what we're looking for. Great start.
5-0 your score. All right, so now up, we got Billy Dawson with the bases cleared.
I'm surprised they haven't bringing Roger Clemens here, Cam. Again, we need that 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
That one's outside as well.
Look at this kid. Everyone was doubting, saying we might not see 1 home run tonight. I told you we were going to see some.
Soft liner up the middle for Dawson. That'll be a single to his credit. So maybe we should increase the over-under in this game, Harris. Maybe we should set it at 25.
I set it low so you had the opportunity to take the over. I told you we were going to see it tonight. But again, Ken, we have a lot of big-time guys on the Texas team as well. Balls are going to be flying tonight. It's humid. It's cool. Got a nice breeze blowing out to the outfield. We're going to have some dingers tonight.
Yeah, light breeze here tonight here, Harris, but nothing too alarming. I don't think it'll affect the baseball, but I will say the humidity will affect the softball, if you will. All right, so that one is hit into a left field, and it's somewhat no man's land, but that's going to be caught there. And that's Ricky out in left field.
Ricky Williams, obviously one of the greatest Texas running backs to ever grace a football field. One of the greatest running backs in general to ever grace a football field. So good, in fact, that he was traded for multiple first-round picks when he initially came out. Ricky Williams, obviously a name that rings true with any football fan out there. Nice catch. Didn't know he could play baseball, or I guess softball.
Exactly. All right, so first pitch here, and that one is going to be looked at. So we have 5 runs on the board. We have a runner on first base, and I would assume we're going to see a lot more runs in this just half inning, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you have to imagine. So this is what it's going to be like for the first 3 innings. Everyone's going to hit for the first 3 innings, so it's going to last a little bit of time. But, Cam, I'm expecting a lot of runs tonight. Teddy Lehman's up the bat, by the way, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. 3-time All-Big 12, played in the NFL for Detroit and Buffalo. Yikes, 6.
Ground ball to short. That's 1 out, and then over to first.
Never good to ground it to the 6-3 double play. Obviously, outs are really a factor. Oh, we're going to get a little bit of switch of the lineups here? Indeed we are. That was the last
be the
batter
10th guy
for
there.
Oklahoma.
So electric first half here. A lot of runs on the board for Oklahoma. You got to wonder if Texas can match as we head to the bottom of the first.
Yeah, big-time grand slam from Kevin Bookout, the 4-year starter for the Oklahoma basketball team. Helped them get to the Elite Eight back in 2003. Might not have been 8 runs there, Cam, but you divide it by 2 and you get 4. And fun fact, that equals a grand slam. Doing some math for you, Cam. You got to pay attention.
Absolutely. All right, so Texas is getting ready to bat here in the bottom of the first. Let's talk about the Red River Showdown, Harris, that we have coming up on Saturday morning. Oklahoma, Texas, 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern. Oklahoma, the home team in this one. They are 7-point favorites. And actually, we're going to send it down to one of the legends, Switzer.
Coach, why is it important for you to be here to support what's going on here tonight?
Well, I think it's for a great cause. There's no question about it. Toby called me a few weeks ago and said, I need you down in Texas. And I said, well, are we going recruiting? But I know that how important it is for Roger and Toby and Matthew to have this game. It helps all their charities and all. And I support them and I appreciate them for doing what they do. But our guys, my 2 stars, did not show up. They missed the damn bus again. They hadn't learned a damn thing since they played for him. Billy Sims and Joe Washington showed up for me, see. So 2 of my great backs. Billy Sims, Heisman Trophy winner. Joe, 2-time All-American.
Go, Boomer!
Where these Sooner fans at tonight? Boomer! 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 Boomer!
Coach, why is this rivalry so special?
Well, it's one of the greatest games played in college football. It's unique. Divide all the tickets in the stadium, half orange, half red. Play the state fair, 400,000 people outside the stadium. Don't give a damn what's going on inside. You got 100,000 people inside that really cares, and it means a lot. It probably means more to the Oklahoma fans than it does to Texas fans. The reason why, I'll tell you why. Because I don't know if anybody that graduated at the University of Texas comes north of the Red River to make 11, but there's a hell of a lot from Oklahoma goes south to make 11 in this great state of Texas.
All right, Coach, finally, this year's team. What do you like about them? What do you like about the 2018 Sooners?
They're winning. They're undefeated. That's what I like. But they're a good football team. They'll find out this weekend how good they are. They bring out the best in us. We bring out the best in them. And so we'll get great effort. And hopefully it's the game everybody anticipates. We're pretty good, and they're getting better.
We're also here kicking off Barry Switzer's 21st birthday weekend. Round of applause for Coach who celebrates his birthday tomorrow.
Leading off for the Horns, Jonathan Gray.
Weezy out of here.
The dash is digi, the schedule busy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My cousins are crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it should be. Been here for 10, but I feel like a rookie. I tell her look up, cause it's snowing in Tootsies. But for 3 years, man, you can't even book me. It's me and Lil Baby that going crazy. Weezy produced it, and Weezy F made me.
All right, bottom of the first, Texas at bat. Jonathan Gray is going to ground that one actually up the middle, and that's going to be a hit to kick things off for the Longhorns.
Oh, it's actually going to get through the center fielder.
Oh,
We're going to see
gracious.
Jonathan Gray running to second base. You know, he's looking like he did back in high school. Cam, did you know that Jonathan Gray had 65 touchdowns in one season?
That's good stuff
65
right there.
touchdowns
That's
in one
stuff.
season.
And guess
high
what?
school.
He got third base as well. That's a triple for Gray.
Yeah, not what you're looking for. If you're Oklahoma, had an easy single, could have kept it to first base. You can't let that ball get past you, Cam, especially when you're up 5-0.
All right, so we have a runner in scoring position here for the Texas Longhorns, Harris, and they're going to have to put up some points or runs in the early going, and that one is ripped to left field and
just foul.
Just foul.
Quan Cosby up to bat for the Texas Longhorns. 200 caught passes when he was at UT. Played for 3 National Football League teams, including the Bengals, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Jaguars.
So he's been around.
Also played a little pro ball in the Angel system.
There you go. Former University of Texas wide receiver.
We're excited to see what we get out of Matthew McConaughey this inning. We know that's what the crowd is looking for.
Ground ball, shortstop side, and that's not even going to be thrown. So Texas will score. Jonathan Gray comes across the plate, so it's 5-1 Oklahoma.
That's what you're looking for here for
Infield
Texas.
single, if you will.
Absolutely. Oh, Ricky Williams coming to the bat.
Ricky,
Look,
ready to rock.
Texas is trying to get on the board here a little bit more. Obviously, if you're down early like this, you got to grind your way back. Only the first inning, but let's see if Ricky Williams can get a little things growing here.
All right, Williams ready for his first pitch, and he's going to let that slide by. You want to talk about a guy with a decorated career at Texas? I think Ricky Williams qualifies, Harris.
Oh, absolutely. Holds or shares 20 different NCAA rushing records. Career 65, almost 6,600 career yards and 87 touchdowns.
Grounds that one to shortstop, and that one is bobbled, so Williams will be on safe. And we have a runner on first and second now.
We're seeing some rough defense out there for Oklahoma so far. You got to preserve this lead. It's going to go quick. We're going to see a lot of runs scored today. I believe that was Bobby Witt, who's currently playing at shortstop. Former big leaguer, you got to make that play.
All right, so runners on first and second here for the Texas Longhorns, the legends as they call him, led by Roger Clemens.
Excited to see what we see tonight from Roger Clemens when he does end up playing. Do have an interesting player up to bat right now. Mario Foster, chief of police who also served in the U.S. Army,
actually
was a tomb guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Shoal. Excuse me, Brooke Kieschnick, I was incorrect. Wrong number.
So Kieschnick, the lefty batter, hoping to get a couple of more runs across the plate here for the Texas Legends. And that one is a pop-up, second base side, shallow right field. That's going to be caught.
See, the sneaky thing about softball, Cam, if you've ever held a softball before, obviously a lot bigger than a baseball. So when you see those pop flies, they're tough to catch. Those balls are really tough to get a good grip on when it eventually lands in your glove. We'll see a couple mistakes being made tonight on those pop flies. Oh, Drew Stubbs, former big leaguer, played again, like Brad Penny, for just about every single big league team imaginable. Hit plenty of home runs in the bigs, though.
Stubbs grounds that one to third. Flip on over to second base. Was it caught, and was the foot down? Looks like it didn't work out there. So,
again, here we go.
Everybody's safe again.
It was bases loaded for Oklahoma after an error, and here we go again. Bases loaded for Texas, and here comes Casey Hampton, the two-time Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the biggest dudes that we have on the field tonight.
And he's ready to rip one.
Oh, man, All-American defensive lineman at Texas, 2000 Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year.
Ground ball to third base side. Record one out there.
Oh,
throw across the way, and that one is not going to be caught.
Gotta make these plays, Cam. You gotta make the easy outs, because when you lose easy outs, you give up easy runs.
Run does come across the plate there for the Texas Longhorns, so that's important. 5-2 your score. Guess who's at the plate? We have Vince Young, one of the college football legends, former Texas Longhorn. And he looks in shape, Harris. I think he's ready to rip
he does.
one.
Hey, maybe we'll see him back in the NFL one day, though. Highly unlikely. Maybe we'll see him as a professional softball player.
Former national champion as well.
Former first-round pick also, the Tennessee Titans back in 2006.
Had that stint with Philadelphia in 2011 as well, Harris.
Team.
Yes, the dream
team. Wasn't quite the dream team, but this last Eagles team might have been.
Bases loaded for Vince Young, and Vince lines one into center. Doesn't look like anybody's really playing center field. That kind of drops in there. And we have a run scored for the Texas Legends. That's going to make it 5-3. Nice single there for Vince.
Yeah, we're going to have bases loaded here for Texas. Nice little hit there by Vince Young. And here he comes, Matthew McConaughey up to bat. I'm not going to say it. One of the best actors in the game right now. Let's see if McConaughey can make an instant impact.
One of the coolest people on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. McConaughey swings and fouls that one.
Ooh, that was a home run swing right there.
He's feeling it.
He hits home runs at the box office, Cam, and I want to see if he can hit a home run here.
Dazed and Confused in the early 90s. That was his coming out party, if you will.
There are way too many puns that we can make about the movies he's been in and what can happen on this field right now.
McConaughey rips one into left field. Is that going to be caught? No, it won't. And we have plenty of runners ready to come across the plate. One run will score. A second run will score. Vince Young trying to make it a third. The throw to the plate is not in time. 3 RBI double for McConaughey.
Nothing dazed and confused about that swing. The left fielder was in. McConaughey saw it and drove it out into deep left field. Great stroke by Matthew McConaughey. Obviously, the Oscar winner, best actor from his movie, Dallas Buyers Club. I want to buy another one of those, Cam. That was a great swing.
McConaughey on second as that ball is flown into shallow left field. Is it going to drop? Yes, it will. Missed catch opportunity there. That was Greg Swindell with the, shall we say, E in the outfield.
Yeah, not what you're looking for there. Roger Clemens, though, with the hit there. You got to, if you're going to do a game like this, sometimes you just have to let the ball drop for Roger Clemens because, he is hosting the event.
All right, so runner on first and second here. Harris, all of a sudden, we are tied at 5.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a high-scoring game tonight, Cam. I'm sticking with my score prediction of 21-17.
That ball is ripped, and that one is going to be a hit. Let's see if McConaughey is feeling home. He is. McConaughey is going to bust his chops all the way to the plate, and he gets there.
Very nice. That's what we're looking for from Matthew McConaughey. Great stuff there, scoring all the way from second base on that single. Nice hit there as well, and Texas takes an early lead. We're already close to a football score, Cam. It's 6-5.
Yes, we are, my man. Fantastic play. McConaughey showed the wheels.
Decently athletic guy. I don't know how many sports he was playing when at his time in Texas, but looks pretty good today.
So Texas looking for more here. Remember, folks, all 10 batters hit for the first 3 innings of the game.
Oh, Jermichael Finley.
And that ball is flown to left field, and it's going to be caught. So no runners will score on that play.
Misread that one off the bat, but that will end the inning for us here, Cam. Texas takes the lead.
Yes, they do. 6-5 is your score, Harris. We'll head to the top of the second inning, but first we have a special feature for all you guys.
A name that catches anyone's attention with Oklahoma football is former Heisman-winning quarterback Jason White. Despite his 2 national championship losses, his career is always remembered fondly due to his leadership off the field and his perseverance away from it. White tore his ACL not once, but twice in his Oklahoma career, in back-to-back seasons, in fact, in 2001 and 2002, but he rebounded in a way that we may never see again. White returned to the field in 2003 with a vengeance, winning the Heisman Trophy after throwing 40 touchdown passes to just 8 interceptions. He was also a unanimous All-American that year and won the Davey O'Brien Award for Best Quarterback in the nation, but fell in the national championship game to LSU. The next season, White again saw great success, throwing 35 touchdowns to 9 interceptions and leading the Sooners back to the national championship game, where they unfortunately fell to USC. White didn't have an NFL career. He was only the 3rd Heisman winner to not get drafted, but despite the injuries and big losses,
one of the
White has gone down in history
in Oklahoma football history, Harris.
An incredible story. Tears his ACL in 2001, tears it again in 2002, and then wins the Heisman Trophy in 2003.
Yep.
Never happened before. Probably will never happen again with how ACL tears affect players nowadays. But Cam, Jason White, synonymous with one of the great football programs that we have in college with the Oklahoma Sooners. I wonder, is he the best Oklahoma quarterback of all time, or is that Baker Mayfield?
Hey, I think we have to wait for Kyler Murray's career to end first.
Hey.
I think that's even a bigger question.
Unfortunately, Kyler Murray's Oklahoma career might begin and end pretty quickly.
Jason White, great history, great quarterback for Oklahoma. We're headed to the top of the second inning. The Longhorns of Texas lead 6-5 over Oklahoma here, Harris. So if that first inning was any indication, I think we're in for a pretty exciting night.
Oh, we are. We're in for a high-scoring bout today. The balls are flying. The air is thin. We're looking for some fantastic, fantastic plays tonight. Glad to see Texas coming out, showing a little fight, and being able to take the lead as we head to the second inning here.
So I think one thing we learned in that first inning is that these guys can move and these guys can hit.
These are former athletes, ladies and gentlemen.
The elite athletes.
They say that hitting a baseball is the hardest thing that you can do. I have to imagine that hitting a softball is not really anywhere high on that list, especially when it's slow pitch. If you're able to get behind one, it's going to fly tonight. I want to see a lefty home run tonight, Cam. I want to see a lefty dinger.
So we're going to see some switches throughout the lineups here tonight, folks, so keep that in mind. That maybe some people will be swapping in and out as we go throughout the game here. But 5-6 your score. Oklahoma with 5, Texas with 6. Couple of errors for the Sooners tonight.
Now, people are asking, we don't really have any idea what was going on in the field there with the clam, the swordfish, and what looked to be some other weird...
Some family entertainment, Harris.
Yeah, family entertainment. Again, we are at the minor league stadium for the Texas Rough Riders at Dallas Dr. Pepper Ballpark here in Frisco, Texas. Got to say, Cam, you and I have lived in Texas for over a year now. It can get really hot. It is a beautiful night tonight for a little bit of softball.
All right, well, we're getting close to kick off the top of the second inning here, Harris, and Jeremy Beal at the plate to kick things off, former Oklahoma defensive end.
Oh, man, sacked the quarterback 28 times for the Sooners, earned all Big 12 honors as well, played professionally in the U.S. and Canada, was a 7th-round pick back in 2011.
So he's ready to rock, and he's swinging away, so I'm thinking a big hit is coming here for Oklahoma. And that one's just going to be popped up and caught in the catcher's area. So no hit there.
Nothing more unfortunate than
Beal doesn't
fouling
like it.
to the catcher in a slow-pitch softball game. No offense to Jeremy Beal, but it's not what you're looking for there, Cam.
Yep.
Probably on the negative side of things.
Okay, so second batter of the inning here for the Oklahoma Sooners in the top of the second inning. And this is Dane Zaslaw,
Former fullback.
number 45.
See if he can plow the road here for Oklahoma, get them back on the board. Looking to make an impact, already down one hitter. Again, people, everyone in the lineup is going to hit this inning.
And that one is
another
popped up
one.
catcher side as well and caught. So not a great start here, Harris.
Cam, the only thing worse than one foul pop-up to the catcher are 2 foul pop-ups to the catcher. It's the worst possible out that you can make in a baseball game. There's an argument to be made that strikeouts can be a little bit better than a foul pop-up. At least they might drop the third strike and you can get to first base. Foul pop-up, worst out you can make.
So not exactly a momentous start here, as that one is grounded to short. Going to be fired down to first base. Not caught, though. So we have an E4 as the Oklahoma Sooner runner
E4,
all the way to second.
I'm calling that one an E3. That was a terrible effort by the first baseman trying to grab that ball. He barely even tried
E3,
to stretch
excuse
for
me.
that one.
I know my position.
Oh, goodness. Not even what you're looking for there. Playing first base for the Texas Longhorns. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that is big Jonathan Scott over there at first base.
Yep.
Proving time and time again that you should not always put the biggest guy on the team over at first base.
So this one's going to be popped up here, shortstop side, and caught. So no action there on that at-bat. That was Jason White.
By the way. Yes, Jason White, who we just showed you guys the feature on. One of the best players in the history of Oklahoma football.
All right, so Mark Clayton at the plate here for the Sooners. Former wide receiver in the National Football League, notably of my Baltimore Ravens, Harris.
Oh, goodness. Well, he's going to fly out, maybe?
That one's flown to right field and attempted to be caught, but was not. So Mark Clayton's going to scoot on over to second, and Tennell is going to go all the way to home plate, and that's going to be a score.
There we go. Tie game again now, 6-6. You know, Ken, we're going to see as many runs from errors as we are going to see from actual hits, which should be expected because, again, mostly football players playing for us here, but not a lot of actual softball players. You got to make that catch out in right field. He tracked it so well.
We're seeing too many errors in the early going.
Yeah, Jermichael Finley, you got to catch that ball.
All right, so that ball is going to be ripped foul.
It's so funny watching every single person here trying to hit an absolute monster home run and just seeing little bloop foul outs.
Tommy Harris at the plate here, and that one is going to be flipped up and caught at the third base side.
Tommy Harris, former defensive tackle for Oklahoma. He looks great. He looks very slim.
He does.
Good for Tommy Harris.
A lot of these guys look fantastic.
Yeah, they do. I love it. All these guys look fantastic. So does Roger Clemens. But one thing that we noticed when he was at the press conference, Clemens is a thick dude.
Yes.
That guy is thick. He looks like he could go out and pitch in the majors today.
Ronaldo Works back up at the plate, and that one is going to be flipped into right field and falls for a hit. So Works off to a good start here tonight.
The plate.
And Clayton going all the way to home, and Clayton is safe.
Wow, called that one safe
and
at
some
home.
boos are raining upon here in Dr. Pepper Ballpark.
Surprised by that call at the plate, Cam. I really thought he was out. We might see a challenge here. The ump wants none of it. We'll show you guys the replay live on our broadcast. I don't know, Cam. I thought he was out. Let's check the replay.
Clayton going all the way.
Oh, he was safe.
I think he got there, Harris. I think he got there.
Using that first-round pick wide receiver athleticism.
Mack Brown is coming out to argue, by the way.
Mack Brown, you had 20 years to complain about calls. Get off home plate. Get out of here. Clemens making calls. He was safe. Good call by the home plate umpire.
All right, so big run there for the Oklahoma Sooners.
I love how passionate the guys are about this game. I know it doesn't mean much. It's for the kids. It's for the foundations. I like the fire. I like the competitiveness that we're seeing, Ken.
And we actually are seeing some good gamesmanship as well. Some handshaking, all that good stuff from opposing teams. These guys are friends.
We did have the Oklahoma team claim that Texas cheated last year and got some extra outs. So maybe we're seeing a little bit of favoritism the other way this year for Oklahoma.
All right, so we have Ronaldo Works out the second. And that's going to be that.
You got to swing. You got to swing. This is slow pitch softball.
Swindell says, take that.
That was fantastic. You guys swing the bat, though. What are you doing not swinging the bat? This is slow pitch softball. I believe up to bat there was number 35 for Oklahoma.
Bobby Witt there.
Bobby Witt, number 36. You got to swing the bat. What are you
Nolan
doing?
Fogel back to the plate.
Oh, baby.
He's 1 for 1 on the night, Harris.
You know he's looking to go deep.
Watches that one slide by.
I'm telling you, Cam, this is one of the better softball players that we have in America today. Let's see if he can do some damage.
Fogel, big cut. That one is somewhat deep. Left field, it's still carrying. That one's off the wall.
He pimped it. He thought it was out. He's only going to end it with a single.
A runner will score on that play.
Time and time again, Cam, proved you cannot pimp home runs unless you think it's out. He thought it was gone, goes off the middle of the wall, does score a run, but you got to be sure about those home runs. Don't be pimping it.
I'll tell you what, Harris, the ball is flying tonight.
I told these guys can hit. We have Brad Penny coming up. He almost hit a long home run last time around.
But it's the humidity, I think, that also is a factor in, letting these balls continue to carry.
Look, people, there is a reason as to why Texas Ballpark in Arlington is one of the biggest home run ballparks in America. We are not too far from there. We're about 25 minutes outside of Dallas right now, so it's going to be interesting to see how far these balls fly tonight.
Brad Penny at the plate now. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Decorated MLB pitcher in his career.
Former player for both the Marlins and the Red Sox, to name a couple. Won a World Series with that Marlins team way back in the early 2000s. Oh, mama.
Penny, deep, liner, left field. That's going to fall for a hit. And Penny's going to try his hand at second. He will get there. Fogel goes to third. No, he's coming for home, Harris. Fogel sliding, count it. Penny goes over to third.
That's a big-time play by a big-league softball player trying to make something happen for Oklahoma, giving them a three-run lead. Nice rip by Brad Penny. Look at that.
Who says pitchers can't hit?
Exactly. I told you, look, these guys do BP with all the other hitters. One thing that you'll know, Cam, Chris Sale actually does a lot of BP with the Boston Red Sox. Apparently, he's one of the best hitters on the team. He just doesn't hit because he's a pitcher. Brad Penny, though, ended up on third base.
So Penny on third here. Oklahoma Sooners leading this one 9-6 in the top of the second. Plenty of fireworks in the early going, and this is no surprise.
And Cam, here comes Kevin Bookout, the Grand Slam master from his last time up. He hit an absolute dinger to left center field. Let's see if he can do it again.
Bookout, big swing, but that's a pop-up that's going to be short. Third baseman camping under that one. That one is caught. So no action here.
No grand slam this time. I wonder if his brother will be able to do a little bit more damage coming up to bat in a little while. But Cam, so far, 9-6, 2 outs total here for the Oklahoma softball team. I'm hoping for another home run. I'm always rooting for the dingers, Cam.
Brett Rail ready to rock here. He's 1 for 1 on the night. Had a run scored earlier. I'm thinking a lot of runs are going to be scored tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot of runs. I said 21-17. Over-under of about 40 runs were on the board tonight. I'm going to take this slight under, but I still think we're going to see a lot of runs.
Brett Rail lets that one go by. Runner on third for the Sooners here. Rail swinging. Shallow pop-up. Third base side, foul territory. That's going to be caught. And that's going to do it here for the top of the second. The Sooners get a few more on the board. They lead 9-6 over the Texas Longhorns, and we will head to the bottom of the second here for the Red River Celebrity Softball game.
Facebook or Instagram at the addresses on the screen and use the hashtag RRSoftball. And fans, if you'll take a look at the video board, Bonnie Jill Laughlin is with the boss of tonight's Texas team.
A man that means no introduction, Coach Mack Brown. Let's hear it for him. Coach Brown, the Red River Shootout has always been a big rivalry. Talk about what it means to you.
It's the most important rivalry in the country. It's a tremendous game. It's the reason that coaches coach at the two universities. It's a reason that a lot of these great players came to the two universities so they can have that wonderful atmosphere on Saturday, and should be a classic game again.
Coach, and I see you actually doing some coaching here, and you got a little upset about that play at the plate.
Yeah, officials, umpires, referees, you got to help them. You got to guide them some, and they struggle some.
Thank you, Coach.
Back here, Red River Celebrity Softball game live from Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Cam Rogers coming at you here on Chat Sports. Exclusive coverage of this event here alongside Harris Rubenstein to break it down.
Oh, yeah.
Mack Brown getting interviewed there on the grounds, one of the legendary coaches in Texas football history.
Oh, absolutely. Led some of the best teams that Texas football has ever seen or will ever see. Great to see Tom Herman, though, finally succeeding with this current Texas Longhorns team. One of his former players currently up to bat with Roy Williams, one of the better players that the Texas team has seen in a long time. 3 All-Big 12 seasons with the Longhorns. Pro Bowl receiver, caught nearly 400 passes in the NFL with the Lions, Cowboys, and the Bears from Odessa, Texas. Great to see Roy Williams out here supporting such a great foundation.
Roy swings, and that one is a shallow pop-up caught on the third base side. So not the start the Texas Legends wanted here.
See, Cam, the issue is that, like I said before, everyone tonight is going to be trying to hit bombs. But the key with softball is to not try to hit bombs. It's just to let them happen. Houston Street up to bat here, though,
That's,
Cam. One of the best closers that we've had in the MLB for a while.
That's actually really deep, Harris. You should put that on your tombstone or something. That pitch slides by there. Houston Street at the plate. Former University of Texas pitcher. First-round draft pick as well.
One of the best college closers in the history of college baseball.
Drafted by the A's.
Also an all-star closer in the big leagues.
That one's lined right center. Is it caught? No, and that will go all the way towards the wall there in right field as Street continues to book it. He goes all the way to third base.
They're going to send him home?
And they're going to send him home or no? Okay, it looked like Street was ready to go all the way to home plate.
Good for Houston Street hustling around those bases there. Would have liked to see him score, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to call that one a hit there for Houston Street. Give him a triple, Cam. Give him a triple.
Book it, write it down. Triple for Street. Ricky Brown now at the plate. Former Longhorns fullback with a runner in scoring position here for Texas. Brown swinging, and it's a short dribbler, shortstop side. Fires over to first base, into the dirt, and it can't be caught, and Houston Street comes home, and a run on the board for the Longhorns, Harris.
You got to convert the easy outs, Cam. That's how you're going to get killed in a game like this, and it gives up a run. Still same amount of outs, and a runner on first now.
Familiar name in the baseball world, Shane Reynolds at the plate, ready to rock here for the Longhorns, Harris.
Yeah, Shane.
Former MLB starting pitcher.
Oh, yeah. Shane Reynolds has had his fair share of big-time games in baseball. Obviously, this is probably not one of his bigger games that he has out there, but two-time All-Southwest Conference when he was at Texas, MLB All-Star. Dude started 5 opening days for the Astros, 13-year career in the MLB.
Certainly a decorated career at that. You know, it's interesting. His high school coach often said he'd be better at basketball. He told him to pursue something in basketball with a career.
Well, 114 MLB wins later,
Exactly.
I think he made the right call.
That one's flown into left field, and that's going to be caught there.
Oh,
so
they're going to double him up at first. He's got to get back.
throw on over to first, and no action.
Cam, it's a beautiful night here in Frisco. I made a mistake earlier. I called them the Texas Rough Riders. Actually, the Frisco Rough Riders here in Frisco, Texas at the Dr. Pepper Ballpark.
Not
Beautiful
too far
stadium.
from the Star, by the way.
Yeah.
Of the Dallas Cowboys.
Actually a neighbor of the Dallas Stars executive's office. So if you're looking to make a trade with the Dallas Stars, this is where you got to come. Got to come to Frisco,
Also
Texas.
famously where Des Bryant drove away after he was released by the Dallas Cowboys. Eventually signing with the New England Patriots, folks, by the way.
God, no, please don't get into this.
Don't at me, Mr. Rogers99 on Twitter. 9-7 your score here as that one is fouled back, and
the one-handed foul tip catch.
What a snag there.
Oh, yeah.
That was Ronaldo Works.
He's been the best player for Oklahoma tonight outside of that grand slam. 2 for 2 on the night and a great one-handed snag behind the plate.
Making it work behind the plate.
Gotta love it.
All right, so this is Winfred Tubbs. Fly ball into right field, and that one's going to fall for a hit.
You know, when I first heard the name Wilfred Tubbs, and I was trying to remember where I remembered him from, did you ever play the game NFL Blitz?
Yes.
The arcade game?
Oh, yes.
Wilfred Tubbs, one of the most famous players from that game. I thought it was familiar, and that's where I heard his name.
You're tugging at my nostalgia strings, Harris.
There you go.
All right, so runners on first and second here. Jay Humphrey at the plate, Harris, former Texas offensive lineman.
4th-round pick in 1999 of the Minnesota Vikings. They could probably use him right now. They're dealing with some injuries on that offensive line.
That one is hit. And that's going to be
what a
shortstop
catch.
side. Soft liner and caught.
Making up for that
Well
early
done
error.
there.
Yeah, making up for that early error that he had at first base. Almost thought he was going to have the double play at second.
Here's another
Not
look.
quite to scoop it out, though.
Nice outstretched glove.
That's what you're looking for.
I
Like
think the
effort.
dive was a little unnecessary, but
Oh, we'll blame it on age. He just kind of
Exactly.
He's kind of fell over.
still first and second here. 9-7 your score as that ball is outside.
Cam, again, great to see the competitive atmosphere that we have. It is for Foundations tonight. Obviously, that's the goal. But you want to win this game.
Of
You want to
course.
have some bragging rights, especially if you're Clemens or Toby Keith.
And that pitch is in the dirt.
Who walks
So,
in a slow pitch softball
We have
game?
our first walk of the evening, Harris.
Who walks in a slow pitch softball game?
There you
Come
go.
on, man. Oh, yeah. It's a serious come on, man. That's not what you're looking for. It's Jonathan Scott.
The big
He's
fella. We saw
huge.
him downstairs,
Yeah,
Harris.
you gotta at least do one swing, get another pitch up there so we can see if we can hit a home run.
Base is juiced now for Texas.
Oh, man. We'd love to see another grand slam here. Here comes Mario Foster, the chief of police, former U.S. Army service member, thanking him for his service.
Absolutely.
And a professional softball player. Here we go.
Perfect time to thank all the servicemen and women out there.
Especially those of you who are watching us tonight here live on Chat Sports on Facebook and on YouTube.
And that pitch is inside. Bases loaded here for Texas. They're down by 2 here in the bottom of the second, Harris. As that one is
baby.
swung on, and is that going to get into foul territory? Yes, it will. Fly ball out of play.
If you're wondering, yes, I'm going to react to almost every high, deep ball from left field as a home run until I am proven otherwise that they are likely not going to be a home run.
Noted.
Thank you.
Next pitch here at the plate. That one's ripped left side, and that's going to fall for a hit. 1 run will score for Texas. So make it
the third.
9-8 now.
Yeah, you got to hustle there. I don't think you read that.
There's a
ball
little
very
jogging
well.
out here tonight, Harris.
They're not going to push it 100%. It is only the second inning, and obviously, it is a little bit humid out here, so you got to conserve some energy.
Jonathan Gray there with the score for Texas. So a 9-8 ball game. And a friendly reminder, every batter will have a chance in the first 3 innings here, as that one is softly hit out of play.
Want to give a shout out to everyone watching here live on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining us for the Red River Celebrity Softball game. Great to see so many people watching. Great to see the attendance here at the game as well. All proceeds from this game getting split up between the 3 presenting foundations that we have on tap tonight.
Soft liner up the middle, and that's going to fall for a hit. So 1 run will come through, and we are tied at 9, Harris.
Uh-oh. That's, starting to get a little bit worried here for Oklahoma. You got to really get going here. If you're the Texas offense, this is your chance to really make an impact.
Bases continue to stay juiced here.
I think the Texas team is a little bit confused.
Who's
about
up?
Who is supposed to
They're
bat
waiting
right now. The Oklahoma team is also a little bit confused as to what is going on. We might be seeing a switching of the guards here, but instead, is that Mack Brown?
No, that's Mario Foster.
Excuse me.
It's actually going to be Todd Allen
Excuse
actually
me.
coming up to the plate. There was some confusion down on the field.
The other actor that Texas has, obviously alongside Matthew McConaughey, Todd Allen, the more famous one, obviously, though.
Of course.
Acted in more than 60 movies.
Left field bound, and that's going to fall for a hit, so another run will come through for Texas. And the Longhorns legends lead 10-9.
See, that's why you let everyone hit, Cam. You never know who is going to make an impact and who is going to come up with the big hit. Todd Allen, the former Golden Gloves boxing champion and UT alum, getting it done. Dude was in Django Unchained. He just let a hit go unchained right there. All the puns, Cam, all the puns.
Oh, and I'll give you the courtesy laughs that you need.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Bases loaded still here for the Texas Legends as they continue to threat here as that one is swung on and missed. Quan Cosby at the plate. He's 1 for 1.
I love the guys who try to swing and hit the ball 600 feet. It's not going to happen, Quan. It's not going to happen.
Play the small game as that one falls on top of the plate.
Interesting in slow pitch softball how close the umpire is to the plate.
So Cosby looking to kind of continue the momentum here for Texas. It almost seems like it's been a series of swings here, Harris. Slow starts in the second inning for both Oklahoma and Texas, but they have found their grooves.
Oh, little bloop single here to first base.
Is it going to be a single? It looks like it won't be, but that will be that here as Texas gets a plethora of runs here on the board. 10-9 is your score. That wraps up the second inning as we Bob Stoops special. Let's take a look.
Former Oklahoma head coach Bob Stoops and former Texas head coach Mack Brown are among the greatest coaches in Big 12 history. Both won national titles, with Brown's coming in 2005 and Stoops's in 2000. The two combined to dominate the Big 12. They arrived just 1 year apart at Texas and at Oklahoma, and it was Stoops who held the edge in head-to-head matchups, winning 9 and losing 6. Brown got the last laugh, winning the final matchup between the two in 2013. Mack Brown left Texas after that year, winning his national title in 2005. He nearly won a second in 2009 and might have if Colt McCoy wasn't injured against Alabama. He has the second most wins in Texas football history behind only Darrell Royal. Stoops retired in 2017, and in addition to winning his title in 2000, he lost title games in 2004, 05, and 09. He has the most wins of any OU football head coach, and his dominance can be summed up with this stat.
Bob Stoops and Mack Brown Harris, one of the greats at their respective schools. Brown with Texas and Stoops with Oklahoma, and we have a showdown to break down. Coming up this Saturday, Oklahoma taking on Texas, and you want to talk about a storied career for both Stoops and Brown? How about these stats? How about these numbers? Career record for Brown, 244 wins, 122 losses and a tie, and Stoops has 190 wins to his credit.
That career record of 190 and 48 for Bob Stoops, just absolutely insane. The dude won 10 Big 12 championships for Oklahoma. Was a big-time surprise when he ended up retiring, but Lincoln Riley's done a great job taking over for that squad.
You think Bob Stoops can come out of retirement anytime?
I think he can. I don't think he will. Look, Bob Stoops, we just saw him at the press conference. He looks like one happy man being retired. He looks calm, cool, collected. He looks relaxed, looks very de-stressed. The dude's made enough money in his career to never work another day in his life. I think that's how it's going to stay. He loves doing stuff like this. I think he's done with coaching.
Mack Brown, of course, won the 2005 national championship over USC. That was a thriller. One of the great college football games of this millennium, 41-38. Your final score in that one. Also got his 200th win in 2008, the first Texas coach to achieve that. One of the greats, Mack Brown.
Yeah, Mack Brown, again, not a huge surprise when he eventually retired, but overall, this Texas football program has started to really get back on track a little bit. They've got a long way to go, but right now, I like what Tom Herman's doing with this football team. I like how that defense is growing from the roots up, and I really like what Sam Ehlinger has been able to bring to the table this year as a leader of that Texas offense. They have two great receivers in Lil Jordan Humphrey as well as Colin Johnson. So I'm excited to see what this Texas offense is going to be able to do this year.
We thank you for tuning in to this exclusive coverage of the Red River Celebrity Softball game as the Sooners are ready to rock here. And the top of the third, that ball is flown out to left field and caught. So if you're just tuning into the program, ladies and gentlemen, for the first 3 innings, every batter will have a chance at the plate. So in a way, runs are kind of a moot point, or excuse me, outs are kind of a moot point.
Runs are a little bit of a moot point, too.
Yeah.
Once you get into those back 3 innings, that's when things really start to get tricky because you have to balance not only, the amount of outs that you have, the other team is going to score a lot of runs. So you really got to make a lot out of these individual at-bats.
Casey Bookout at the plate here for the Sooners. And you said you wanted a lefty home run, Harris. That one is ripped right field. Will it be caught? No, it will not. So Bookout will scoot on over to first base.
Gotta catch the ball. Cam, I told you, these softballs are big. They're not the same as a baseball. Guarantee you a ton of these guys practice with baseballs, not realizing how hard it is to catch a softball. I've caught a couple softballs in my day, notably to the face a couple of separate times. That was not fun.
Oh, I took one to the private parts. That's how I ended my baseball career, folks. Fun fact. We have Kevin Bookout at the plate for your starter for the OU basketball team, as that one is flown shallow to moderate left field. In fact, that one's going to fall for a hit.
Not a great effort there by the left fielder. I think he thought the center fielder was going to get it. I think the center fielder thought the left fielder was going to get it. Got to communicate more. Got to yell out. If you got it, you got it. If you don't do anything.
So the book outs scoot on over to second and third here, Harris. So Oklahoma threatening in the early going
you
of the
could
third.
almost say they booked it to second and
I already
third.
said that one, Harris, all right?
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Come on. Get with it. All right, so first base is open, Harris, if we could see an intentional walk.
I would intentional walk Roy Williams. I'm afraid.
Williams lets that one slide by.
0-1 on the day so far for Roy Williams. Playing the Superman music, obviously his mantra.
Fitting, right?
Oklahoma, of course.
That one is popped up into shallow left and some communication problems, but it looks like it was caught anyway.
What did I just say, Cam? What did I just say? If you got it, call it. If you don't, get the hell out of the way.
Oh,
Get
Lord.
out of there.
That was almost disastrous.
Yeah, really. We could have had a clunking of the heads. Not what you want to see in a celebrity softball game, or maybe exactly what you want to see. That's Houston Street. He's not used to catching balls in the infield.
Teddy Lehman at the plate here, former linebacker for the Sooners, led the Sooners in tackles his senior year.
Looks great. Dude, looks like he could play linebacker for my team
Chewing
tomorrow.
the gum, he's concentrated, lets that one go by.
Dude, he looks like he wants to send this ball into the stratosphere.
Lehman dialing up, and that one is popped
got
up
under
into moderately far left field, camping under it and caught.
So proud of himself that
and
he
celebration after that, because why not?
Run does score. Oklahoma ties it at 10.
Bookout tagged up on third, so Bookout scoots on over for a run.
I'm not going to make the
Although there
home.
was a little bit of an appeal there at third because there was an argument that Bookout did not tag up. It looks like he did.
He booked it a little too quickly, Cam.
Too many puns from you already. I don't know if we're going to make it.
There are never enough puns, Cam. Never enough, especially during a celebrity softball game. Where's McConaughey playing in the field? Is he at first?
This is Jeremy Beal at the plate. Former defensive end and 7th-round pick of the Broncos. 2008 first-team All-Big 12 honors to his credit. As that one is a short blooper, pitcher side, and that one is going to be caught.
Nice catch there by Clemens. Or no, Swinnell, sorry. Keep thinking Clemens is on the mound. Why isn't Clemens on the
They're
mound?
wearing the same number tonight.
I know, it's
Fun
confusing.
fact. So, Beal is going to scoot on over back to the dugout.
A lot of pop-ups, Cam. Everyone's trying to lift the ball. Everyone wants to be the dude who hits a dinger. But again, Cam, it's about smooth, easy, consistent swings. That's what gets home runs. This isn't Major League Baseball with all these crazy upward swings and the launch angle, all right?
Dane Zaslaw with the line drive into center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Are we going to have a runner score for the Sooners? Yes, we will. Count it for Oklahoma.
See, Cam, again, smooth, consistent swings. That's what's going to get you runs in this game. Look, we don't have launch angle here. We don't have exit velocity. We got a bunch of former athletes and celebrities trying to hit a softball. Just swing the bat. Don't try to hit a home run.
That one
Look,
is a
another
soft
one.
liner. That's going to fall for hit as well.
I should be the coach, Cam. I should be the coach.
Get down there, Harrison.
Smooth, consistent swings. Fire Bob Stoops. Fire Mack Brown.
Oh, boy.
Hire me. All right? That's what we got to do.
Harris
here.
Rubenstein, the next great coach in the Red River rivalry. All right. So the Sooners take the lead here. 11-10 is your score. Remember, Texas is the home team, folks, so the Sooners kicked off the game as the hitters, as that one is a hard ground ball third base side, and that slips by. Are we going to have a runner who scores? The throw at home is going to be made, and everybody will stay.
Bases loaded again here, Cam. Oklahoma looking to take advantage. And who else to come up to bat for them? The number 9, Mark Clayton, the super athlete, fantastic wide receiver at Oklahoma, fantastic wide receiver in the NFL. And his best season at Oklahoma, Cam, 83 catches, 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, all Oklahoma single-season records.
First-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens. He's actually the founder, Harris, of Live Headphones, designed for athletes, LIVV. Very interesting.
LIVV.
As that one is going to be thrown over to home plate. That's going to be an out. Clayton is safe at first. So great awareness there from the shortstop side to toss it on over to home.
And a great throw, though that is Houston Street, so I can only give him so much credit, because if there's anyone on this field who's going to make a nice throw, it should probably be the former big league closer with over 300 saves to his name.
Bases still loaded here for the Oklahoma Sooners. 11-10 is your score here in the top of the third, as that one is swung on and a little spin move after that.
Tommy Harris. This is former 290-pound defensive lineman Tommy Harris. He looks fantastic. Fun fact, Cam, at 290 in the NFL Combine, he ran a 4.68 40.
Wow.
Yeah. Big dude being able to move fast. Let's see if he can get Oklahoma a couple more runs here with the bases loaded.
Big hit. That fly ball is deep into left field. Can it be caught? No, it's going to fall for a hit, and some Sooners are going to score. Counted as a double there, as the throw to home is not going to be in time.
Nice stroke there by Tommy Harris. Waited a little bit too long in the air, but alas, sometimes it's about where you hit it, not how far you
Placement.
hit it.
Hit them where they
Placement is
ain't.
important,
Right?
especially in this game of celebrity softball.
So we got Ronaldo Works at the plate, and he has been active tonight, Harris.
He has been the MVP for Oklahoma so far.
Soft liner right
Another
side.
hit.
And that's going to fall for a hit for Works. One run will score. Clayton comes through. Another run will come through for the Sooners, and they're starting to pile it on here in the third.
This dude, Ronaldo Works, is an absolute celebrity softball superstar. His third hit of the day, his fourth RBI, and he gives Oklahoma a 13-10 lead.
So 13-10 here is your score. Oklahoma leading over Texas as we are ready to rock here heading into the bottom of the third. I believe we have an interview on the field with Roger Clemens.
One of the greatest pitchers in the history of baseball also happens to be one of its best characters. Roger the Rocket Clemens is the best player to ever come out of the Texas baseball program, cemented by being the first player in program history to have his number retired. Clemens dominated at Texas, going 25-7 in 2 All-American seasons and helping the Longhorns win the 1983 College World Series. However, those accomplishments pale in comparison to what he did in the big leagues. 4,600 strikeouts, 7 Cy Young Awards, 2 World Series rings, 2 pitching triple crowns, and even an MVP. Clemens has gone down as one of the most decorated pitchers to ever grace the major leagues. Clemens was borderline unhittable for his entire career. He won his last Cy Young at 41 and had the lowest ERA in the bigs at 42 years old. Regardless of any controversy around him, the Rocket is arguably the most dominant pitcher to ever step on a mound. Watch out for his sons and former Longhorns, Casey and Cody,
Clemens, Harris,
as they
one
begin.
of the all-time greats.
I can't talk about it enough. One of my favorite players in the history of baseball. Got a little trivia question for everyone.
Let's do it.
Because we want to interact with the lovely YouTube and Facebook watchers that we have with us today. How many Cy Youngs did Roger Clemens win in his career? Bonus points to anyone who can tell me how old he was when he won his last one.
Type away. And guys, no Googling. That's cheating. We don't want cheaters.
If you know, tell us. If you're Googling and you're telling us, we will know. We're psychic like that.
The number, though, is just absolutely outstanding.
Staggering number of Cy Young wins for Roger Clemens. But what's even more staggering is how old he was when he won his last Cy Young award. So Roger Clemens, one of the most decorated pitchers that baseball has ever seen or will ever see. I'm excited to see how many people end up with this one.
Roger Clemens, one of the all-time great pitchers in the MLB. He's down there tonight, and we're going back down to the field here for some more action. The Red River Celebrity Softball Game. Texas ready to bat.
All right, Cam, I am looking at our Facebook comments and our YouTube comments. We have a couple of correct ones. Let's give a couple shout-outs to the people who are correct. We have Brad, Jessica, Thomas, London with 7. Jason Cornelius got it correct as well. Mick Willis got it right as well with the bonus question.
I hope you guys didn't cheat.
Angel Wollenberg got it right. Lonnie Templeton got it correct as well. Zach Nelson with the correct answer too. Shout out to you guys who didn't use Google. I know this because I am psychic and I can see into your minds, Cam.
That's kind of creepy.
It could be worse.
The Sooners lead 15-10 here, bottom of the third. Texas ready to rock. as that pitch is swung on and hit into a left field, and that's going to be a hit for the Longhorns to kick things off here in the third. So something of note, ladies and gentlemen, this is basically the end of when every fielder will bat regardless of outs or runs, Harris. So this is the last chance for Texas to kind of keep up with Oklahoma, and then we get into the 3-out situation.
Yep. All right, we'll see what Texas is able to do here. Runner on first. Here comes Quan Cosby. I hope he doesn't try to hit a 15-run home run again like he's done the last couple times he's been up the bat.
Caught more than 200 receptions at Texas, signed by the Bengals as an undrafted free agent. Also played pro baseball for the Angels system. So he's got some history in terms of athletics. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, he does, Cam. It's great to see, so many great former Texas and Oklahoma athletes out here today. I'm excited to see what we're able to do the next coming years. How many more Oklahoma and how many more Texas athletes we're going to be able to see attend this event in the future.
Cosby, ready. Soft fly ball, center field, left center field, curling down, and that's going to be a hit. So runners on first and second here for Texas, and this is the start you want if you're a Longhorns fan.
Oh, absolutely.
Hashtag hook 'em.
Hashtag hook 'em. We got a runner on first and second here for Texas. Bottom of the third. Like you said, with those 3-out innings that we have coming up, you got to get in your runs now. So Texas definitely looking to tie up the game right now. And here comes Ricky Williams. He has a chance to really get Texas close in this game.
1999 first-round pick, 1998 Heisman Trophy winner, as that one is grounded third base side, and that's going to be fair. Tossed on over to first base, and Ricky didn't really run all the way down to first. Probably thought he was going to be out anyway.
Now what you're looking for, a little bit of confusion on the bases there. So now only a runner on second for the Texas Longhorns. Got a hilarious comment coming in from Dieter Kaufman saying they need to quit throwing rainbows, and if they throw it straight, it'll get there faster.
Well, it is soft pitch.
That would defeat the purpose of slow pitch softball, unfortunately.
That one is ripped into right field. And it looks like it can be caught, and it won't be. So that's going to fall down. And the Longhorns continue to threat here in the third as we have a runner coming to home. And a little slide at the end for Cosby.
Cam, if I had a nickel for every ball that's been hit into the outfield that's been dropped, I'd have about 7 nickels. I got you there. You thought I was going to say way more nickels.
Yeah, I thought you were. So 15-11 is your score here between the Sooners and the Longhorns. Bottom of the third. Drew Stubbs at the plate.
Drew Stubbs hit a lot of home runs in his major league career. While he's hitting, I want to just go through the list of teams that he played for while he was in the MLB. Got a single right there. He played for the Reds, the Indians, the Rockies, the Rangers, the Braves, the Orioles, and the Giants. Wow.
Kenny Lofton-esque.
Yes, Kenny Lofton-esque indeed. Not quite. 3-time All-American at Texas. A Golden Spikes finalist back in 2006.
Runners on first and second here for the Longhorns. Casey Studdard is at the plate. He's 0 for 1 as that one is grounded shortstop side. Flipped on over to the third for the out.
There you go. Get the easy out. See, that's smart softball there, right there for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Precise decision-making, if you will.
Exactly. This is what you're trying to do if you're trying to win a celebrity softball game. Smart decisions. Be better than the other guy.
All right, Harris, here comes Vince. Vince Young at the plate for the Longhorns.
Oh, man. Vince Young still looking good. Still looking good. Former member of the CFL as well. One of the best players in Texas football history. Never won a Heisman. Did come in second one year, though.
Young looks that one by. Was on the Titans from 2006 to 2010. Philadelphia in 2011. Young swings on that one. Soft liner to short, and that one is caught. So no action for Vince Young there.
Telling you, Cam, after originally hitting the over on my initial assessment of home runs, we've had 0 home runs for the next 2 innings. But here comes Matthew McConaughey.
Matty up at the plate. Matthew McConaughey had to lose a guy in 10 days, failure to launch, dazed and confused, all of the hits.
Had one of the first big hits of the game, a 3-run RBI triple, or double, excuse me. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do here, the runner on first and second.
While we have a minute here, Harris, it's interesting. It took him all the way into the later 2000s when he first won his Academy Award, Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah, look, fantastic movie. He's a fantastic actor. Really has done a lot of great things since he's entered the more dramatic territory.
Short pop up here from McConaughey, and that's going to be caught. McConaughey showed some speed in his first plate appearance, by the way, folks. So these guys can move.
Oh, man.
Here comes Raj, the Rocket.
The Rocket. Roger Clemens, 4,700 career strikeouts. One of the best pitchers to ever step on a field.
Clemens looks at that one. When you watched Roger Clemens, Harris, I mean, you talk about a unique pitcher as that one is hit to left field, and it looks like it can be caught, and it won't be. It just falls there.
That was strange.
That was very gettable in my eyes, Harris. I don't know about you. But Clemens goes to first.
That was very peculiar. I'm not really sure why he didn't catch that ball. Going to go back to Roger Clemens here with his overall hitting statistics. Look, Clemens in general, not the best hitter when it comes to his overall statistics as a major league player. Total, no home runs in his major league career, 12 RBIs, a career hitter, 173.
You're unbelievable. You know that? And that one is grounded to the right side, and the ground ball is going to fall all the way to the right fielder there as we have some runners scoring for Texas. So you do see some jogging out here, Harris.
We call those dribblers where I come from.
That was Swindell.
Dribbler ended up getting through to the outfield there. Texas trying to come back in this one. Are going to score a couple runs here in the bottom of the third. Here comes Jermichael Finley, who's had a very bad game so far. 2 errors, a pop-up. He slipped at third base.
I love the hat, though.
I do love the bucket hat. He's looking quite good. Very Texas up there.
Runners on first and third here for the Longhorns. 15-13 your score. Sooners lead. Jermichael Finley trying to cancel that out.
He has a chance here to give Texas the lead with one swing. We know he has the strength to do it. Does he have the contact? We will see.
Finley, deep left field, but it's going to go foul. Out of play.
Got that strength, Cam. Former NFL tight end for the Green Bay Packers. Took a flyer there with the Patriots. Wasn't able to get anything done, but did have a nice career to start Aaron Rodgers' football career as his tight end.
Did win a Super Bowl, though.
He did.
Jermichael Finley actually caught that one himself on that one pitch. Looking to cut into this deficit here as the Longhorns are down by 2. Jermichael Finley rips that one into left field, and that's going to go out of play as well.
Finley's really trying to put 3 runs on the board here with one swing. Maybe just take a nice single to the right side. He could maybe bunt. Can you bunt in slow pitch softball?
Oh, that would be very frowned upon.
We already had a walk.
That's fair. Jermichael Finley, next pitch. Swung on and missed. Jermichael Finley not having it, and he is out.
He has had a terrible game so far for Texas. 0 for 2 now, 2 errors. Strikes out the runner on first and third. Yikes. First strikeout on the night, Cam. Can you imagine striking out a slow pitch softball?
Probably not a good thing to brag about, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not what you're looking for.
See McConaughey there, hanging out with Toby Keith.
When is Toby Keith going to hit?
Exactly, I haven't seen him. All right, runners on first and third here as that one is popped up. Shallow left center, and it falls. So yet another error in this one here, Harris, as a runner will score.
What are they doing? Why is he going to third?
That was the last batter, Harris, so they're going to try their hand at scoring everybody, and that just didn't work out very well because there's some miscommunications.
With some fancy moves here at home plate, you could possibly get a run. Oh, nope.
So that's going to do it here for the bottom of the third. 15-14 is your score. The Sooners lead. We'll go to the top of the fourth, but first a little spotlight for Oklahoma and Texas.
Hey everyone, me again. We'll get back to the game in just a second, but first, let's talk about the real reason that we are are all here. It's Texas, it's Oklahoma, it's the Red River rivalry. One of the most historic matchups in college football gets reignited this weekend. Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Time at the Cotton Bowl. Tom Herman and his Texas Longhorns try to slow down Kyler Murray and the high-powered Oklahoma Sooners offense. For the first time since 2012, both teams enter this game ranked, Oklahoma at number 7 and Texas at number 19. Now, Oklahoma is currently favored in this game by 8 points, which is interesting, seeing as the last 4 matchups have been decided by 7 points or less. So this will surely be another exciting matchup between 2 of the most historic teams that we have in college football today. But you can catch the highlights of this game and every game from college football on Saturday. You can check us out live here on Chat Sports Sunday.
This Saturday morning, Harris. Oklahoma, Texas doing battle. Both teams are ranked. Very exciting.
Yeah, number 9 Oklahoma going up against number 19 Texas. It's going to be a big-time matchup for both of these teams. I'm excited to see what both teams are going to bring to the table. Kyler Murray making a run for the Heisman Trophy.
Yes,
we'll see if he's able to get past Tua Tagovailoa and Dwayne Haskins, currently third for Bet the SI odds to win the Heisman Trophy. But overall, this game is going to be decided by defense. That Texas defense is playing great so far this season. The Oklahoma defense, not so much.
Yep.
So we're going to see who's going to be able to make the big play on the defensive side of the ball.
I want to ask you this. Does the injury with Rodney Anderson there concern you about the Sooners' long-term success this season?
Long-term success, maybe, but short-term success, not so much. Trey Sermon is a great running back by himself. He knows this rivalry. He's played and won by himself already. Actually led the Oklahoma Sooners in rushing last year in this matchup. So with Trey Sermon taking over rim, I think the running game will be fine. You also have to remember, they have Kyler Murray, who can do a lot of damage with his legs as well.
Texas lost to Maryland in that opening weekend there, and then they ripped off some big-time victories over TCU and USC. If Texas can beat Oklahoma this coming Saturday, Harris, you want to talk about perhaps going to the college football playoff if they can continue that momentum.
Now, you mentioned that loss to Maryland. Now, every team is going to have some early season slip-ups. Oklahoma had one of their own. They almost lost to Army at home.
That was tight.
Which is not what you're looking for. So both these teams could have entered this game at 4-1, but Oklahoma was able to squeak that one out at the end. I think overall, these two teams are a little bit more evenly matched than people think. I think what really decides them is the difference between Kyler Murray and Sam Ehlinger. But for now, these two teams are going to be at each other's throats this weekend. This is going to be a really good game.
A rivalry that dates back all the way to the early 1900s, before Oklahoma was even a state here, Harris. So a lot of history between these two.
I mentioned this to start the show. Oklahoma's first win against Texas, they won 2-0. I love that fact. 2-0.
Let's get back to the game here as we enter the top of the fourth. The Sooners legends at the plate, and that one's going to be swung on and flown to deep left center, and they're going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious, another drop, Harris.
Oh, Jermichael Finley. I know I'm giving him a hard time, but geez Louise, man. Make a play.
Yikes.
I understand he hasn't played pro sports in a while, but that was right at him. You got to make that play.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the later part of the game here, so not everybody will bat. You either get 3 outs or 5 runs. That's how it's going to go. So if you score 5, then that's at that. And if you get out 3 times, then that'll be the end of the half inning as well.
They're not even going to let Finley make a play on the ball.
That one was flown to deep center field, and that one was caught. So that's going to be an out for the Sooners as Brad Penny comes to the plate here.
Brad Penny, former big leaguer, played for a lot of different teams in his time. Talking about the Marlins, played for the Dodgers, played for the Red Sox, a little bit of time with the Padres as well. Excited to see what he's able to do in this at-bat. Uh-oh.
Yep, little pop-up in foul territory, so no problem there for the Sooners. So you want to talk about scoring here, Harris? It was an 18 tie last year. I think we're going to surpass the 18-run mark tonight.
I think we are, and my initial prediction of 21-17 Texas, we're getting closer and closer, Cam.
Penny swung on, and that's a fly ball, left field direction, and that one's going to be corralled. So 2 outs there for the Sooners.
I got to say, Cam, the balls are not nearly flying as far as they were to start the game. Got to wonder if the adrenaline has started to wear off a little bit for some of these older athletes that we have out here. Not quite able to drive the ball as far as I think they thought they were going to be able to tonight. Haven't seen a home run since the first inning. I wonder if the next one we see is going to decide our game tonight.
15-14 your score here in the top of the fourth. Pretty casual atmosphere here tonight, which is what we expected, Harris. It's a celebrity softball game, and the beneficiaries, of course, speak from themselves. Roger Clemens Foundation, Toby Keith's foundation, they do great things. As that one is swung on deep left field. Can it go all the way? Yes, it can. No, it's right off the wall. Wow, that nearly went out.
Kevin Book out again.
And are we going to have a runner score for the Sooners?
We are not. They called him out.
It was not a very convincing call from the umpire. I was waiting for something better.
Didn't we need to see a tag there? Or
Yeah.
Are we just talking about touching home plate?
I saw the fist come up, but I wasn't sure if he was all that confident about it.
Texas is coming off the field. Very obscure play right now. Very strange.
Looks like everybody's somewhat confused about that. So that's going to do it there for the top of the fourth. Oklahoma still leading 15-14. The Texas Longhorns are the home team here tonight, so they're going to bat here in the bottom of the fourth. So far, folks, a lot of fireworks. But as you see, as we enter these 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings here, Harris, the outs matter more.
Yeah, they absolutely do, especially those big calls at home plate. They're really going to matter a lot. Texas with a big opportunity here to possibly take a big lead. No runs for Oklahoma, our first half inning without any runs.
A lot of legends here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jermichael Finley for Texas, Roger Clemens, Kieschnick for Texas as well, Ricky Williams. And we're going to send it down to Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I focus through a tree. The whole team is fake. It's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 swipes to all ball game.
Fans, let's hear it for Sean Piper.
Great rendition there of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We had the national anthem earlier tonight as well, Harris. The crowd, you know, I'm looking outside here, Harris, and I'm seeing a lot more orange than I am of the red.
Well, it is a home game after all for Texas. We are in Frisco. We are a far, far away from Austin, though obviously we know the Longhorn faithful does not only stay inside of the confines of the University of Texas at Austin. Great rendition there of Taking Me Out to the Ball Game. Obviously tonight is all about the kids with the Toby Keith Foundation and the Roger Clemens Foundation. Both of them dedicated to helping children. The Toby Keith Foundation helping pediatric cancer patients
Great stuff.
get their treatment that they need. Roger Clemens Foundation more through helping children through educational, charitable, and literary activities. More special emphasis on underprivileged and at-risk kids. Also want to give a shout out as well to Just Keep Living Foundation. They are also dedicated to empowering high school students by providing them with the tools to lead active lives and make healthy choices for a better future.
So good stuff here tonight. There's no doubt about it for the Red River Celebrity Softball Game.
I want to point out something here, Cam. And you and I are sitting up in the booth. We got the windows open up here. It smells so good. It's just unbearable.
All right, folks. We have a big game on Saturday. Who you got? Type away in the comments section. T for Texas, O for Oklahoma. Type on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live.
No, Cam. Let's both comment here for the people
we'll
at home. Let's
comment
show
live
them how
on the
it's done.
broadcast.
So if you're watching here live, so ready, we'll both comment who we think are going to win the game this weekend, all right?
All right, Harris, you go first.
3,
2,
2, 1,
comment.
go.
And there we go. I don't see you.
I just threw it in there.
Oh, there
I
you
see
are.
you, and there I see you. So,
I have
guys,
the
if you're
blue
wondering
check
how to
mark.
do this,
Okay.
very
Nice.
simple. Use the O or use the T. I don't have the blue check mark, unfortunately, though I do have more Twitter followers than you by 500. So
You're also
follow me
following
on Twitter at
50,000.
Sportstein, at Sport, STEIN. You can find me on Twitter. Just look for the big funny kid on Twitter.
That ball is going to be hit into foul territory and nicely caught there. That was Brad Penny.
Hey, Brad Penny making some moves off the field. Look at him.
Well done. So, bottom of the fourth inning here for Texas. And again, the outs do count now. So 5-run maximum per half inning or 3 outs.
Great to see so many people commenting. Again, guys, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Remember to subscribe to us at youtube.com/chatsportstv. Just go on YouTube and search Chat Sports. You'll find us. You'll see Cam with his Cam Rogers show on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Friday morning tomorrow, by the way, at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern for those watching from a coastline. You can catch me on NBA Now on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Central Time. So tune in to the Chat Sports YouTube page and also, of course, the Chat Sports Facebook page as well.
And somebody asked in comments so nicely, who are these broadcasters? Well, let me answer that question. Cam Rogers live with you alongside Harris Rubenstein, bringing you all the action here tonight.
We're actually getting word up here, Cam, that there's an extra fielder out there for Oklahoma. The out will not count, so we're back to no outs for Texas.
Okay. All right, that's noted there. As we have a hit here for Texas. So 15-14 is your score still. The Sooners lead by 1 here. So first pitch here for Texas. Gonna be sliding by there. This is Shane Reynolds at the plate, and he's going to, well, see more errors coming in front of him.
Got more errors than hits tonight, Cam. It's sloppy. Sloppy celebrity softball, Cam. All right, this is not what the people came to see. They came to see Matthew McConaughey hit home runs, and so far all they've gotten are just errors, 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 and more errors. Learn how to catch a softball, people. I can do it. You can do it. He, she, they can all do it, and yet we have some former athletes here who just can't catch a softball. It's unfortunate.
So that ball is going to be a little dribbler to the third base side, thrown on over to second. That will be an out.
Out of all the bases that you could have gone there, I thought that second base would have been the least likely one, but that's what happens when you don't hustle, Cam, all right? The team that wins tonight is going to be the team that hustles the most. So watch out for that.
You were always a hustler in your athletic days, right?
I was definitely a hustler. I was a catcher, though, so I was a great defensive catcher. I threw a lot of people out at second base. That was my MO.
That ball's in the dirt.
Did you play baseball?
Of course I did.
What position?
First base, baby.
Ooh, first baseman. The lazy position.
Little pop up into right field, and that's going to fall for a hit. We have a Texas score.
Tie game.
And we're tied at 15, Harris.
Here we go. By the way, I keep saying this. Another shout out to the 300-plus people we have watching us on Facebook and on YouTube. Great to have you guys coming along with us today for the Red River Celebrity Softball game live from the Dr. Pepper Ballpark here in Frisco, Texas. Beautiful
Humid one here tonight.
Oh,
Harris. Yeah. I see everybody with their fans out in the stands.
Yeah, everyone's fanning themselves. It is a little hot. It is nice and cool up here, though, in the booth.
As that ball is looked at. And that is going to be out of play. So the Longhorns tied it up at 15. They're hoping to peel away here with a lead. As that pitch is looked at as well. We thank you guys for tuning into this program here. It's an exciting matchup between the Sooners and the Longhorns as that one is flown out to left and caught. So nicely done there by the Sooners.
Nice catch.
It was a good catch.
I'm going to call any catch that is a normal catch a nice catch because every time
that's where the bar is at
out there, it just has not worked out. Seems that we're going to get a little bit of a change of innings here, Cam. I think everyone's kind of confused about the outs.
And there looks to be a discussion with the umpire right now. There's been a couple of moments of confusion on the field tonight, Harris.
Not too surprising. We only have about 2 actual softball players out here and about 50 celebrities / athletes coming out here. So looks like we're going to have one more out here for the Texas Longhorns.
Yes, indeed. So we're not quite done yet here in the bottom of the 4th with a tie game. Harris, you remember going to fun minor league baseball games and all that stuff as a kid? Always great atmosphere.
Well, I'm kind of bougie. I went to a lot of Orioles games at Camden Yards growing up in Baltimore. One of my favorite ballparks in the world. Beautiful stadium, beautiful park.
It's like $5 to get in, too.
Yeah, terrible team, garbage team. But overall, I love Camden Yards. A lot of great memories there.
Certainly could see some great memories here tonight for the Red River Celebrity Softball game, as that pitch is swung on and hit. Center field bound, and that one is going to fall. So we're going to have a couple more runs, it would seem. Definitely one at least for the Longhorns. And they're going to try their hand at a second run, and it looks like there's just...
He just gave up.
No effort at that point. That would be that.
Oh, my goodness.
Winfred Tubbs, said no thank you for home plate. But Texas did get a run on the board. So it's going to be 16-15. The Longhorns lead after 4. So we're going to head to the top of the 5th inning here. But first, we're going to toss it on over to a little college football playoff special.
Hello, friends. Tom Downey here for college football now. In case you missed our college football playoff projections, let's take a look at where things sit right now. Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Florida, Michigan State, NC State round out the bottom 5. And then it's Colorado, Texas, Wisconsin, UCF, and Miami. Texas can help itself with a win over Oklahoma this week, but that loss to Maryland is going to continue to hurt them in the CFP rankings. Top 15 is Oregon, Michigan, West Virginia, Penn State, and Washington. And then your top 10, Auburn, Stanford, Oklahoma, and Kentucky. If you're wondering why OU is at 8, it's a poor strength of schedule. A win over Texas actually would be their best win of the season, but if they keep winning, they'll be just fine. And then your top 6, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and LSU. College football now has highlights for you every Sunday morning. Catch them right here on Chat Sports' Facebook and
College
YouTube
football
Live. And
playoff
now,
coming up later this year, Harris. It's highly anticipated because there are a lot of big-time storylines to track. Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma, so many teams playing well.
Oh, so many teams playing fantastic. You mentioned LSU, probably the best schedule so far. But watch out for Notre Dame. I really think that Notre Dame has a special team with them this year. Changing quarterbacks from Brandon Wimbush over to Ian Book. That offense is completely different. Passing base attack now. Got a running back there, Dexter Williams, running a more basic pro-style offense. Notre Dame looks fantastic, and that defense, stout as always.
Let's talk about Oklahoma. Perhaps Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback of all time in Sooners history?
It's tough. There are a lot of great ones. See, I know that he hasn't done great in the NFL. People forget how great of a quarterback Landry Jones was at Oklahoma, the owner of a lot of their all-time passing records. I'm not going to put Kyler Murray up there quite yet, but
we got to wait.
Jason White, Baker Mayfield, and also Landry Jones are up there for me. I would give it to Baker, though, simply because the impact that he had on the program as a modern-day football player, just what he's been able to do. Also kind of jumping over to the NFL level, as a walk-on guy, ending up as the #1 overall pick, taking that Lincoln Riley offense right from the start and being the best player in college football last year. I'll give it to Baker, but again, I'm not an Oklahoma fan, so I want to know from Oklahoma fans out there, who is the best quarterback in Sooner history?
You're watching on Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live. Cam Rogers alongside Harris Rubenstein giving you guys the coverage of the Red River Celebrity Softball game. What do you make of the matchup so far tonight, Harris?
Catch the dang ball.
Errors all over the place.
Goodness me. I understand that we're a bunch of former and, whatever athletes, but come on, guys. Catch a softball. It's not that hard. I've been catching baseballs and softballs since I was 4 years old.
All right, ready to get back to the game here. Top of the 5th inning as that one is swung on and tipped. So 16-15 is your score. The Texas Longhorns lead. Hook'em beating Boomer as we stand. As that one is lined on left field, that would fall for a hit. So runner on for the Sooners here to kick things off in the top of the 5th.
Got to say, Cam, I mentioned it before, I am surprised by the lack of home runs that we've had so far in the second half of this game. You would expect it a couple more dingers, but for now, just can't quite elevate the ball.
So that was Brett Rail there with the hit. And that one is swung on, and that's right up the box. That's going to be a single at the very least. So runners on first and second now. So the Sooners threatening in the early going of the 5th.
Yeah, great to see Oklahoma trying to make a run here in the top of the 5th. Runner on second and first. They could do some real damage here coming up for the Sooners. We got Casey Bookout, the former Oklahoma superstar baseball player during his time with the Sooners.
Bookout swings, and that's a ground ball. Right side is going to get through. Are we going to have a runner score? They're going to send him all the way to home plate, and he will get there because the throw went to second. So a score there for the Sooners, and they take the lead, Harris.
By the way, love seeing Matthew McConaughey laying out for that ground ball. Wasn't quite able to get it. Did just go right past his glove. But that's the effort you want to see in a celebrity softball game, Cam. You want to see the biggest celebrity on this field trying. That's going to hype up the rest of this Texas team. That's going to hype up, the rest of this crowd who really seems to be pulling for Texas to win this one.
And that one is swung on and fouled back. So Bookout is on first base there with that hit that he had.
Bookout. Love it.
Love
Great
that
name,
last name. It is a great last name. And that one is swung on, and a little shallow pop-up third base side. That will be caught, so no problem there. Runners on first and third here for Oklahoma. So we are approaching basically the score of last year, Harris, and it's only the 5th inning. So, like we said at the top of the show, it was an 18 tie. No ties here this year.
No.
There better not be, at least.
There better not be a tie. After all this, we can't actually end up tying. I think we'll get a winner this year. But if we do get a tie, next year is the rubber match.
Here you go. Roy Williams at the plate here for the Sooners here, Harris.
Shout out again to everyone watching us here live on Facebook and on YouTube. You guys can catch college football now this Sunday morning for a little college football recap.
Hey, it's going to be us, by the way.
It will be us. All the college football highlights that you can handle, including Texas at Oklahoma. Be sure to tune in 9 a.m. Central Time on Chat Sports Facebook page. We'll be live with all the college football highlights.
Soft pop-up there for Williams, and that's going to be an out for the Sooners. So 2 away here in the top of the 5th. And I love that his name on the back is Superman. That's the best.
I do like it, though. He hasn't really played like Superman tonight, unfortunately.
Yep, slow start to the night for him as that one is swung on. Shortstop side, ground ball, flip on over to second, and that's going to do it. So quick work here, Harris, in the top of the 5th inning. And we are tied at 16 between the Oklahoma Sooners and the Texas Longhorns. We're ready to toss it on over down to the field for the rendition of God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to stand and direct your attention to the area behind home plate. Jessica Muse is a Texan who became the first singer to ever perform an original song in the finals of American Idol. Tonight, she honors our country and the veterans who played in tonight's opening game with the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Among the most notable celebrity fans of the Texas Longhorns is actor Matthew McConaughey. He attended Texas in 1989 and graduated in the spring of 1993 with a bachelor's degree in radio, television, and film. He got his first big break in acting in the 1993 movie Dazed and Confused, which is still among McConaughey's most iconic roles. After admitting he fell into some typecasting, there were just so many rom-coms like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, things have picked back up in recent years. He's appeared in hit films and TV series like The Dallas Buyers Club, Wolf of Wall Street, True Detective, and Interstellar. He also appeared in several sports films, namely We Are Marshall and Angels in the Outfield. McConaughey was also nominated for a Golden Globe for his role in True Detective, but it was The Dallas Buyers Club that has earned McConaughey most of his critical acclaim. He won a Golden Globe, a SAG Award, and an Oscar for Best Actor for his role in the
McConaughey here at the Red River Celebrity Softball Game. Harris, you have your top 5 McConaughey movies.
I do have my top 5 McConaughey movies. So we're going to start at number 1 with Dallas Buyers Club. Obviously, you have to start there. That's the movie that really launched him into dramatic movies, won him the Oscar for Best Actor. Great movie. If you have a chance to go watch Dallas Buyers Club, go do it. Number 2, a movie that not a lot of people saw, which was a shame because McConaughey was fantastic, was Mud, where he played a guy named Mud, was great, got nominated for multiple awards, didn't end up winning any, unfortunately, but another great movie. Dazed and Confused at number 3. Obviously,
the classic.
Of course, the classic. What we all know Matthew McConaughey from originally, said that he originally made the character up from his brother, who he defined as the coolest cat he ever knew, which is surprising because Matthew McConaughey is actually the coolest cat that I know.
He really is
there you
cool.
go. Shout out to you. And number 4 is Interstellar, holds a special place in my heart. I've seen that movie more times than any other movie except for 4 other movies. So I love Interstellar. He was great in it. The movie in general was kind of hard to follow, but he was great. And of course, the number 5 is The Lincoln Lawyer, one of his first really dramatic movies back in 2011. Great story, great acting job by him. If you have a chance, you guys got to watch some of these great dramatic movies that Matthew McConaughey's in. These rom-coms, they don't give him justice.
Failure to Launch.
They don't give him justice.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. You guys are with me on this, right?
Get your rom-coms out of my booth. I don't want to hear it. Gross.
All about the rom-coms.
Sitting down. Rom-coms.
Let's get back to the game here. Little kiss cam action down in the stands tonight. Oh, is that a Sooners fan and a Longhorns fan kissing?
Oh, that's illegal.
That's a scene you don't see very often, Harris.
That is illegal. I wonder if they met while one of them was at Texas and one of them was at Oklahoma. That is some Red River conspiracy stuff right there, Kim. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Not going to happen.
So we were down at the press conference, Harris, and Matthew McConaughey, when he talks, he just has these cool hand gestures that he does.
Yeah,
I feel like he's acting.
We were watching at the press conference. It's just like, even him like just slightly moving a water bottle over from the left to the right. He's just like, you've never seen anyone cooler like move a water bottle. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Exactly.
Like, you really need to see him in person to understand what we're talking about. I know we're kind of just gushing here over Matthew McConaughey, but overall, man, let me tell you, he is a cool cat. Even cooler that he's here right now. A movie about to come out titled Serenity, supposed to come out in a couple months. Great for him coming out here tonight and going for a fantastic Foundations.
Back to the action here. Bottom of the 5th inning. We are tied at 16 in the Red River Celebrity Softball Game. This is Jonathan Scott here for the Texas Longhorns. He's a big fella, Harris.
He is
former offensive lineman.
Yeah, he is a big fella. Let's see if he's able to get it done here for the Texas Longhorns. Currently a tie game, 16-16.
Fly ball, left field,
Whoa!
And great snag there.
Oh, my goodness. That Roy Williams?
Unbelievable.
I believe that was Roy Williams. Great catch by him in the outfield, playing the rover position for Oklahoma.
Hey, folks, we have a reaction poll that we want you guys to press those buttons on for Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live. Who you got on Saturday, Texas or Oklahoma? Like button for Texas, heart for Oklahoma. Harris, we did lay down our predictions in the comments section earlier.
I'm throwing up that like. I'm going to throw up that heart. I'm giving it to Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma's going to take it this week. And my score prediction, Cam, 35-24. Wow. I really think that Oklahoma's going to be able to get it done. I think Kyler Murray is going to put up one of the most memorable performances that we've seen from an Oklahoma Sooners player. We've seen him have so many incredible games so far this year. I think he's going to have another one on tap this Saturday.
All right, so that wasn't out-recorded there for the Texas Longhorns here. Family atmosphere at Dr. Pepper Ballpark in Frisco, Texas. Beautiful night for some slow-pitch softball. Benefiting some great Foundations as well. And that one is a short pop-up second base side. That's going to be caught for an out, and that would be a double play because there was no tag.
You got to get back to first base, homie. What are you doing?
So that is quick work here in the bottom of the 5th, and as you can see, Harris, things move a little more quickly, if you will, when 3 outs actually matter here.
A little more. How about a lot more?
Yeah. So 16-16, 19 hits apiece on both sides as well. A lot of errors in this game too here, Harris. But so far, we are headed towards perhaps another tight finish because last year we had a tie, as we said. This year, the second annual event, I mean, somebody has to win this thing, right?
Yeah, eventually someone's going to have to win. I wonder, though, are we going to see a walk-off tonight? Maybe Texas will be able to walk it off here at the end. It's going to be tight coming down the stretch. 13 total errors tonight, though, Cam. 13. Sloppy play.
We got some fan-friendly atmosphere going on throughout the game here, and this is included. I have no idea what is happening on the baseball field. These mascots are something.
It's a fish, I think. Is that a fish?
I think it's a fish.
That's a fish. Got to be a fish.
All right, well, everybody is getting ready for that Saturday morning game. 11 a.m. Central Time, Texas and Oklahoma, the Red River Showdown. A rivalry that dates back to the early 1900s. Oklahoma has won 6 of the last 8. The Sooners won last year. They were ranked 12th, 29-24 final score. In 2016, Oklahoma won 45-40. Texas won in 2015, 24-17. Oklahoma was ranked number 10 that year, Harris. And the Sooners won in 2014 when Oklahoma was number 11. 31-26. The theme, though, folks, one-score games in this Red River rivalry, especially in the recent matchups between these two. Texas had a nice little run from 1997 to 1999, and then Oklahoma just wiped the floor with the Longhorns from 2000 to 2004, and the Sooners were ranked in every single game, as were the Texas Longhorns.
It's unfortunate sometimes, Cam. Like, we've had a lot of Texas teams and a lot of good Oklahoma teams fall at the hands of the other. I just think overall this year, it's great to see that both teams are actually ranked. This is the first time that these two teams are squaring off where they both were in ranked since 2012. Oklahoma was number 13. Texas at the time was number 15. I don't know if you said the score to that game, but it was 63-21. Oklahoma wiped the floor.
I did not say that, and I'll tell you, you look at this rivalry from a historical perspective, it was owned by the Texas Longhorns way back in the early going here, Harris. 1900 to 1904, all victories for Texas. There was a span of 1922 to 1936. All Texas except for 1 year in 1933 when the Sooners won 9-0. And then, of course, in the recent going, I alluded to it, Harris, the Sooners getting the better of the Longhorns 6 of the last 8.
Yeah, since 2000, Oklahoma has really had the leg up on Texas. It's kind of when we really started to see the shift of power in the Big 12 go from Texas to Oklahoma. Now where we stand now, maybe Texas is going to try to start stealing some of it back. Once Kyler Murray is gone, I wonder what this Oklahoma football program is going to look like, because I think you could argue right now Texas probably has the brighter future in terms of an overall roster going into the next couple of seasons, especially with Kyler Murray going to play baseball.
Red River Celebrity Softball game here live from Dr. Pepper Ballpark. We're at the top of the 6th inning now. We're tied at 16 apiece. And in the early going, Harris, of course, with the way in which the rules are set up, I thought this was going to be just 5-run half innings after 5-run half innings, and has slowed down here in the last couple.
Not a huge surprise, though, Cam. Just with, the amount of outs and, the lineups kind of turning over. And also, again, the adrenaline's going down. A lot of these older guys are starting to get a little tired.
Zaslaw with a dribbler towards the pitcher. That is thrown on over to first for an out. So 1 away here in the top of the 6th.
I mean, no offense, Cam, to Barry Switzer, but it's 9:07. It's probably past his bedtime. I can't imagine that they're ready to be out there.
And there's McConaughey doing what he does best, pleasing the folks and pleasing his fans, doing some autographs there.
I want a Matthew McConaughey autograph.
That one's grounded to short and
we send an intern
thrown
down
on
there?
over to first base.
Can we send an intern down and get me a Matthew McConaughey autograph, please?
So 2 away here in the early going of the 6th inning. Second annual event, so it's just the infancy of this rivalry, if you will, in terms of celebrity softball. And we talked about the beneficiaries here, Harris. Really great causes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Roger Clemens' foundation, Toby Keith as well.
And guess who benefits? It's the kids.
Yep.
The kids get to benefit, both on the pediatric cancer side with the Toby Keith Foundation and with the Roger Clemens Foundation. Also a lot of stuff with educational help, literacy, and the work. So overall, I just think they know it's great what they're doing out here with these foundations. And hell, we might actually get a winner tonight.
Well, a lot just transpired there. It was a hit, then a ball went out of play for a brief moment, and then the runner was tagged out. So that's going to be it for the top of the 6th inning. So we are still tied at 16 apiece for the Red River Celebrity Softball game here in 2018, Harris, and could be going back to the wire just like last year.
I think it will, Cam. I said 21-17. I'm sticking with it. Okay? That's going to be my final score. But remember, if Texas scores here and Oklahoma doesn't at the top of the 7th, it's over.
The foundation was established in 1992 by my wife Debbie and I as a not-for-profit charitable foundation. The foundation is dedicated to supporting educational, charitable, literary, scientific, and religious activities for children from all walks of life. We place a special emphasis on serving at-risk, underprivileged, and special needs children. We are also actively involved in helping organizations whose scope of service includes the military and their families. In addition to grants, the foundation helps many organizations with donations and gifts for their fundraising efforts. In closing, check out the foundation website. There are a lot of cool gifts and one-of-a-kind items for everybody. I would strongly suggest while there, go to DebbieClemens.com and check out her handmade jewelry, fantastic apparel, and other items. Big time, cool and fun, made with love to all.
Roger Clemens Foundation there, Harris, doing great things in his community. And the Clemens Foundation dedicated to helping children through educational, charitable, literary, scientific, and religious activities with a special emphasis, Harris, on underprivileged and at-risk children and children with special needs. It was established in 1992 by Roger and Debbie Clemens. Really good stuff here tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Again, this is all for the kids. And when it's for the kids, it actually means something. And I think overall, it's great to see so many celebrities and athletes, especially the big-time ones in Texas.
Leading out for the horns, Jonathan
coming out here
Gray.
to actually make something happen. This is it's a beautiful event. We're honored to be here. We're honored to be calling the game for you guys. It's just great stuff. This is a great way to spend a Thursday night.
Bottom of the 6th we go. The Texas Longhorns are ready at the plate, hoping to break this tie at some point.
You already know what it is.
Oh, and I love this song in the background, by the way, as that one is flown to left field. And, well, attempted to be caught.
Now watch me whip.
Oh, yet another error for the Sooners.
Ball. Can someone catch up?
Great a second.
We have wide receivers, former running backs, former quarterbacks, and no one can catch a ball. Catch the ball. Catch the ball, Cam. It's one of the simplest parts of baseball. It's a shame.
That was Mark Clayton.
Former NFL wide receiver, can't catch a softball in the outfield.
Backfield. Here's Cosby at the plate, the lefty hitter. With a runner in scoring position, Cosby swung on right field, soft liner. Can it be caught? Yes, it can. So one away here in the bottom of the 6th.
Was that so hard?
Harris, get out there and teach these guys how to catch.
Well,
these
clearly,
premier athletes with decorated careers.
Yeah, you can decorate their careers all you want. They can't catch a softball. Very upset. Very upset, Cam.
All right, so one away. Here is Bob Stoops, as you see on your screen being interviewed. One of the premier coaches in Oklahoma Sooners football history.
Ricky Williams up to bat.
16-16 still your score as that one is flipped and goes foul. Bob Stoops. Sharp as attack, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Williams at the plate. And they got the whip going on in the background, ladies and gentlemen. They got Silento playing.
Those kids go Silento. Do you even know who that is?
Not really. I just know that
Fun
song.
fact, Cam only listens to me. Ooh, snag.
Great snag there by the second baseman. Line out. And Ricky Williams will be retired on that play.
Oh, Texas really looking to make something happen here. This is a huge spot for them. Runner on second base with a chance to take the lead. Like I said before, Cam, if they take the lead and Oklahoma doesn't score, the game is over. So this is a big spot for Houston Street.
As he lets that one go by, that's called a strike. Houston Street 1 for 2 on the night. Triple and a run on his Thursday evening, as that one is in the dirt. Roger Clemens, the Rocket Harris, one of the all-time greats.
Absolutely, Cameron. It's great to see him managing this team tonight.
Fly ball left field, and that's going to fall for a hit. And we have speed coming across the bases here. The Texas Longhorns are going to break the tie. 17-16. Hoping for a second run. Is it going to be in? Is Houston Street safe? Yes, he is.
Wow.
A second run across.
How do they call him safe?
Mack Brown loves it.
Wild.
The Texas Longhorns faithful love it. And it's 18-16. Texas.
We got to go to a replay here, Cam. I do not know how that guy was safe at home. It looked like the catcher had him dead to rights. Let's see Houston Street as he trucks around the bases. You got to be kidding me, Cam.
Ball all the way to the wall. So obviously a tough fielding position there. You got to fire it in all the way from deep left field. And here's Houston. Boy.
I think he got in.
That was close.
So 18-16 here, Cam. I told you. So now, again, like I said before, if Oklahoma doesn't score in the top of the seventh, this game is over.
So the Texas Longhorns hoping to pile it on a little bit, but
what's going on?
That probably is the end of the bottom of the sixth right there, as we have some discussion here on the baseball diamond, making sure everybody is on the same page.
So is it a run?
Believe it is. There's some discussion going on, but it appears it is a run that went across there. So the Longhorns do lead here, Harris, as we are going to kick it down to a Vince Young special. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the more notable players in today's alumni softball game is Vince Young, the former Texas quarterback and current College Football Hall of Fame nominee. The first player to throw for 3,000 yards and rush for 1,000 in the same season, Young was electric. He set numerous Texas marks, but is most remembered for the 2005 season and the Rose Bowl against USC. Young led Texas to a national title against the Trojans, throwing for 267 yards, rushing for another 200 with 3 touchdowns. None, of course, bigger than the game winner on 4th and 5 from the 8 with seconds left. Young was the number 3 pick by the Tennessee Titans in the following NFL draft, winning Rookie of the Year. But after that, things didn't go that smoothly for Young, and he was out of the NFL after only a few seasons. There are few better players in Texas football history than Vince Young, and while his NFL career wasn't what
You want to talk about college football memories, Harris? Vince Young playing for Texas in that 2005 national championship.
What a game. 200 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, another 247 yards in the air. But he didn't do it with his arms that night. He did it with his legs. And obviously the touchdown that no college football fan will ever forget to give Texas the lead. And then obviously the 2-point conversion right after to give Texas the win 41-38. Great game. Maybe the best college football game of all time.
Well, we want you guys weighing in on that. And by the way, that game was one of the most highly anticipated, highly hyped up matchups, USC and Texas, that we have ever seen in the history of college football. So type 1 for yes, that national championship was the best game ever. Type 2 for no. I have a feeling the Sooners fans will have something to say about this.
Yeah, you know what? We had a lot of competitors last year. I mean, that Alabama-Georgia national championship game was fantastic. The Oklahoma-Georgia college football semifinal game was also an incredible football game.
That was stellar.
A lot of different options there, but it's just tough to not give it to Vince Young in that USC game.
All right, one of the great matchups there, the 2005 BCS National Championship game, and Vince Young going down as one of the great college football players ever. I mean, just an electric runner of the football.
Yeah, shame that he didn't end up winning that Heisman. Did come in second. Also a shame that his NFL career never really worked out the way we hoped. But again, sometimes you just need that one memory.
The Red River Showdown, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you guys have this circled on your calendar. Saturday, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Central, here in Dallas, Texas.
Cotton Bowl, baby.
Oh, yeah. Now, the Sooners are the favorite here by 7. The line changed from 8.5 to 7, Harris.
Yeah, and I think overall, it's interesting to see the line kind of trending a little bit more towards Texas. But overall, I still think that Oklahoma is going to end up winning this game. They're so good on the offensive side of the ball. That Texas defense is going to have trouble containing Kyler Murray.
So a note, ladies and gentlemen, before we went off air for a few moments there, one run did come off the board. Houston Street did not touch third base on his way to home, so it's 17-16. Texas leads.
Careless error, Cam. I keep telling you, look at the errors. It's just not what you're looking for. However, with Texas getting that run, I'll say it again, if Oklahoma doesn't score here, it's over. So we got 3 outs left for Oklahoma to make a run here. And who else would you rather have up at the plate than the only actual professional softball player on your team?
Exactly. Well, yeah, you said it, Harris. It's the last gasp, if you will, for the Oklahoma Sooners. But they have some talent on this team. We know that. And they have the ability to score runs as well.
Guy up to bat right now. I mentioned it before. The only person on this team who actually plays professional softball, Nolan Fogel, pro softball player for the Nightmare Micken team, plays second base for them. One of the best softball players that we have in America right now. See if he's able to make a difference.
Nolan Fogel, 1 for 3 on the night.
I love the hair.
With an RBI.
Love the hair. Nothing like McConaughey's hair, but the hair's still nice.
He just looks like a baseball/softball player. You know? He's got the flow going. He's got the bling going. It's great.
Only thing he's missing is the big beer belly.
Yeah. Oh, he is fit.
He's ready to go.
So a lot of action in the early going, and then with the rules change, of course, when 3 outs actually do mean it's the end of a half inning, we have seen things slow down a little bit here.
Yeah, and it seems that we're waiting for everyone to just sort a little things out before we officially get the 7th inning going here. But it seems like we're about to get underway in just a second.
Fogel, the president of Fogel Enterprises, owner of multiple restaurants in the area, folks. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I'm sure you've been to one of his restaurants.
Mentioned it before, Plato High School, 8 hours northeast of here. Great to see him repping Oklahoma.
That one is ripped hard, but that's going to go foul. But that just shows you the ability that Fogel has with the bat.
Yeah, really. This dude is looking to grip it and rip it, looking to tie this game with one swing. We know he has the potential to do so.
Good crowd on hand here tonight at Dr. Pepper Ballpark as that pitch is outside. But, Harris, if you just look at the color count, definitely a lot more Longhorns fans.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
That one
not a huge surprise.
Is lined out there for a single for Fogel. So that's the start the Sooners needed, Harris.
Smooth, consistent swings, Cam. That's what wins you games. Home runs are great. Home runs are fun. Singles win championships.
Interviews all over the place here tonight as well. Friendly atmosphere. The players are all friends. They're shaking hands and all of that. So it's great to see here tonight as that is a short pop-up, and that will be caught. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 7th.
Why isn't Toby Keith hit yet? What's going on?
Where is Toby Keith?
Yeah, Toby Keith needs to play.
Doing some rallying cries out here tonight as well.
Billy Sims repping it for the Oklahoma Sooners.
So 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning.
I wonder if Toby Keith even had an intention of playing tonight.
Maybe he's just more of a coach here tonight, Harris.
Maybe so. Oh, that's ripped.
That one is hit hard left field. Is it going to fall?
Oh,
no,
great
unbelievable grab there, out there in left center.
That's what you're looking for, Cam. Those are the kinds of big plays that separate the champions from the losers. big time play out there in left field. That is exactly what you're looking for.
Drew
if
Stubbs.
you're Texas.
Nicely
Drew
done.
Stubbs, former Major League outfielder, showing some range there. Maybe you'll end up back in the MLB in a couple years.
Last chance for the Sooners. That swung on. Ground ball, shortstop. Could this be it? It's bobbled. It's flipped to second. And that's going to do it. Hookem takes down the Boomer Sooner. 17-16, your final score here in Dr. Pepper Ballpark, Karis. What a victory.
What a victory. And who else but Matthew McConaughey gets the final out for the Texas Longhorns. They take this one 17-16. A rough and ugly game, Cam. 15 combined errors between the two teams. Teach these men how to catch a softball.
Matthew McConaughey celebrating, Roger Clemens celebrating, Jermichael Finley, Ricky Williams, and all of the greats who have gone to the University of Texas. So maybe, Harris, this is an indicator of what's to come on Saturday.
Well, look, I'll say this last year. I said this to start the show. Last year, Texas with a big-time comeback to tie the game 18-18. Here we are today with a big one-run win. I don't know. Maybe we see a really clutch game from Texas this weekend. Maybe they pull out a big-time upset over Oklahoma.
And guess who's the MVP? Houston Street.
How Houston Street, couple big-time hits for the former MLB All-Star closer. He did miss third base when he was trying to touch home, which would have made it an 18-16 lead. But overall, Houston Street carried this team all night long. Great win for the Longhorns and a great game in general. And a great call by you and I, Cam.
It was fun, buddy.
It was a great time.
Here in Frisco, Texas, in Dr. Pepper Ballpark, the Red River Celebrity Softball Game, the second edition, goes to the Texas Longhorns over the Oklahoma Sooners, 17-16. How about the hits, though, Harris? 41 combined. Errors, hits, runs, we had them all.
It was a sloppy game tonight. Really what you would expect out of a celebrity softball game. You like it, though, Cam. It was great to see the athletes out here tonight. Great to see some of the biggest celebrities coming from Texas and Oklahoma. Great to see the former coaches out here. And, again, it's all because of the kids.
Absolutely. We talked about the beneficiaries here tonight. Roger Clemens' foundation, Toby Keith's foundation as well, and plenty of more. All right, we're going to get ready for the celebration down on the field. We're not going to send it down just yet, but mentioned the Toby Keith Foundation. Encourages the health and happiness of pediatric cancer patients. Does so much for the community out there. And Harris, you see it on the field right now, by the way, the friendship, the gamesmanship, the handshaking, the hugging. That's what it's all about.
You remember a lot of these players who ended up going to Oklahoma and also to Texas. I mean, a lot of these guys who went to Oklahoma went to high school in Texas. A lot of these guys who went to Texas went to high school in Oklahoma. These dudes have known each other for decades. Play with each other, played against each other, maybe played with each other in the NFL, have gone up against each other more times than they can count. At the end of the day, you just got to respect the other guy across from you, and especially tonight on the night when it's all about those charities. It's great to see, so many guys come out tonight and really, actually give it their all for a couple of great foundations. This is why we do what we do, Cam. These kind of events.
More than sports.
It really is, and that's really what matters when it comes here. I know a lot of people have their own individual opinions about the likes of Roger Clemens because, whatever's going on, but his foundation and the impact that it has on this area cannot be overstated. It's not just some random joke of an athlete foundation. This is a real-life ground roots foundation that has done a lot for underprivileged kids in Texas. So great work by Roger Clemens with this foundation. Great work by Toby Keith as well. And great work to everyone involved with the Red River Celebrity Softball Game.
I want to give some shout outs here. The national anthem performed by Crystal Keith. The Take Me Out to the Ball Game performance by Sean Piper. Jessica Muse, American Idol finalist, did God Bless America in the middle of the fifth inning. Some great musical performances as well.
Fantastic stuff tonight. Look, if you're asking yourself, how do I want to spend a Thursday night? You know what I want to do, Cam? I want to come to a ballpark, watch some celebrities have no idea how to catch a softball, eat some junk food, and give some money to charity. It's a great way to spend a Thursday.
And, of course, we have a big-time matchup Saturday that we'll talk about a little more to close the broadcast as well, with Oklahoma and Texas, two ranked teams doing battle in the Red River Showdown. But, Harris, in terms of this celebrity softball game here, you know, these guys are athletes. They are used to high-octane competition. We were not surprised that we saw these guys giving it their all tonight.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Like, especially when we started the game, the adrenaline was absolutely flowing. We had 2 dingers in the first inning and then no home runs for the rest of the game. But overall, it was just great to see these guys performing at a level where they're actually trying.
Yep.
This wasn't like the celebrity softball game and the MLB All-Star game that no one cares about. People were trying out here. This is Texas, Oklahoma.
This is the Red River.
You gotta go balls to the walls, man. Yeah, if your blood's not boiling when you start this game, what are you doing?
It's hilarious. I was tracking the comments throughout the broadcast too, Harris, and the OU fans and the Texas fans just going at each other.
Yeah,
they don't even know each other.
You guys are mad online. Hashtag mad online, the Texas and Oklahoma fans. But that's what this rivalry is all about. Friendly competition, a little bit of smack talk, and at the end of the day, everyone's having some fun and playing a little softball. This really is one of the best rivalries in sports. And Cam, I come from an area that isn't really huge into college football. I went to, I grew up in Maryland, went to college in Boston. It has been eye-opening to live down here in Texas and just see how ingrained college football is in this state. It is so beautiful to watch sometimes. It's really awesome.
And some premier athletes and celebrities out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You saw Ricky Williams, Henry Melton, Houston Street, the MVP tonight for the Texas Longhorns, Jonathan Scott, the big offensive lineman who earned All-American honors. A lot of big-time names here tonight. But, Harris, what really sticks out to me, how cool it was to see Bob Stoops sitting next to Barry Switzer. Unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable stuff. Great to see 3 of the most legendary coaches in the history of college football, not just for Oklahoma and Texas, but in the history of college football, in Mack Brown, Bob Stoops, and Barry Switzer.
Celebrity Softball Game, presented by Sewell. To make the presentations, please welcome back Bonnie Jill Laughlin and Jared Sandler.
Y'all, are you ready for this trophy presentation? Can I get a Texas? Jared, I know you're a little upset about this win.
Yeah, tough. That was a tough night. We're looking for a different result on Saturday, but for all the Oklahoma fans, one last time, Boomer!
So who's the MVP going to be?
I don't know. We're tabulating the votes. I've sourced about 20 major sports writers, and we're going to get the results here in a second.
Before we do that, we're going to get this trophy over here. Matthew McConaughey, Roger Clemens, if you guys can come up here. And here is the Red River Celebrity Softball Game trophy to the Texas Longhorns. Matthew, how are you feeling about this? This is pretty serious.
It did get pretty serious. I mean, it started off somewhat serious, but then it got quite serious. That was a lot of fun, though, as well.
You hit it deep over there. Have you been practicing? You been in the cages?
No, I hadn't been practicing. I was sitting there with 1 ball and 2 strikes at my first at bat. That was called we got to get around the bases a little bit.
So what are you going to tell the fans about coming back next year?
Did you have a good time tonight? Can we come back next year and bring a couple more friends with you and let's pack this house and get a waiting line out back, huh?
What about this weekend, Matthew? Who's going to win this game on Saturday?
We are going to see. That's what I'm going to say. You know who I'm rooting for. You know I think it's going to win. We're going to see. It's going to happen on the field. Nothing I say right now is going to have anything to do with it. The Horns will go out there and focus. Let's make it happen.
All right, you guys hearing it. Roger, let's get some last words from you.
Again, I thank all the fans for coming out. Thank Toby and Matthew and all the guys on both teams for taking time out of their day to come out here and do this for a great cause. Thanks again, Dallas. Enjoy the weekend. I know we are.
Jared, I'll throw it back to you for the MVP trophy.
All right, the results are in. The MVP came up big with the game-winning hit. Former UT baseball player, major leaguer Houston Street. And in winning the MVP, we're presenting Houston with this wooden bat. Now, Houston, you've accomplished a lot in your career. Where does this rank as far as your accomplishment? Oh, hold on. We got the rocket.
Does this bat come with a new hamstring? Because we need a hamstring. Anybody got any hamstrings? Because somebody needs one here.
Are the hamstrings biting?
Did y'all see how much quicker Houston Street made it around the bases that last time than he did the first time? You were running a 5.440 on that first time around the bases. You got under 5 on that last one.
Well, after I hit that triple, I think you told me that was the slowest triple I've ever seen in my entire life.
Stand up.
Stand up, though. But, see, I put it into high gear. Thank you for the block at home plate, and they got a good call. But that was a lot of fun. Thanks to you guys. Thank you all so much for your leadership. Thank you, Toby, for putting this on, everybody. Honestly, this was such a treat. It really was. It was such a pleasure. So a lot of fun. And
thank you.
Where does this rank among career accomplishments?
Being the last one I've done, it's got to be the last one I remember. No. Hey, you know what? Today was a good day. These fans had a lot of energy. The boys had a lot of fun. It really is a special time. It's cool to see a lot of guys sharing their time and doing something good, but it starts with the leaders over here, and Rocket, Matthew, and Toby, and then everybody else involved putting it together. So thanks for letting me be a part.
All right, one last time, one last Texas fight. We're going to let Houston Street lead one last chant. You ready?
Go!
You guys ready?
Texas! Texas! Hook 'em.
Thank you so much for coming out. Bonnie Joe, where are you at?
Before we go, we want to make sure to give a big shout out to TK, Tim Clum, who's the founder of this game. So Tim, TK, what do you think about this all coming together? Second year, this is really becoming a big event.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the event group, Carl Rosenberg, Laura Ferris, the Rough Riders, Ballinger Group. It's been unbelievable this year and everything they've done to make this event a success. Of course, the Rocket, Toby, Matthew, all the players, the foundations. It's just been an unbelievable, true effort. We just appreciate everybody, love everybody. And we'll see you all next year. Hook 'em!
You heard it. We'll see you next year. Same place next year. How about those Longhorns? Hook 'em!
Thanks, Jared and Bonnie. Great stuff down there on the floor there with the Red River Celebrity Softball game. All done. The Texas Longhorns winning this one, Harris. Let's look ahead to Saturday now. Oklahoma, Texas, 2 ranked teams going at it.
That's why we're here, man. We are here for the Red River rivalry. It is time to reignite my favorite college football rivalry. I can't wait. 2 ranked teams in the Big 12 at each other's throats all the time. It is their chance to really cement themselves in Oklahoma as a potential college football playoff team. And for Texas, might just be their chance to retake the Big 12 back from Oklahoma, who's been dominating the conference for at least the past decade.
Tom Herman started on the wrong foot there with that Week 1 loss to Maryland, but wins over USC, TCU as well, those are crucial. And if he can get a win against Oklahoma, oh boy. Talk about a resume.
And again, with a lot of these college football teams, 2 things are important for consistency. Consistency at the quarterback position and consistency on defense. Once you have those 2 things, you'll be a successful football team.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Harris. And in terms of Oklahoma and Kyler Murray and what you're seeing from him, you expecting some more fantastic play against Texas?
I'm throwing up that O for typing T for Texas or an O for Oklahoma for this week's game. I'm going to Oklahoma. I think Kyler Murray is going to be simply too much for these Texas Longhorns team to handle.
Live here in Frisco, Texas, Harris Rubenstein, Cam Rogers coming at you. We're saying good night here from Dr. Pepper Ballpark. The Texas Longhorns win the Red River Celebrity Softball game over the Sooners.